and gain control of that card, right? And move you towards that win condition. After you finish you can put one card up, and then you can continue to put multiple cards out from your hand and do multiple bids. Once you're done with that, you have one more chance to play any action cards again from your hand. And then you end the turn by, if you put at least one card up for bid, drawing a card, and then every player is going to draw a card. So we're going to dive straight into kind of a playthrough, and you're going to kind of get a sense of how this all runs.
Cool. All right, Casey, the other thing is, keep in mind, this is pretty informal, obviously. Like, we're working on stuff here. You got a couple texts from somebody. I don't know if you want to take care of that, but I can shuffle up the deck for you while you're...
Yeah, that's just... that's just people chatting us in about our audio and such.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to start by dealing out 5 cards to each player.
Oh, one other thing. I don't know if Casey mentioned it because I was trying to mess with cameras, but if you guys have questions, please chat them in. That's like one of the reasons we're doing this, is so you guys can see how the game's played, and also so Casey can answer any questions. Because if you backed it, you probably have some questions about what it is. So please ask that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And Vince, you can interrupt us anytime if there's like a juicy question or something like that. Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome.
People are saying they like the look of the cards.
Nice.
Sweet. All right, awesome. Well, let's kick this off. I'll go first. Usually it's just a randomized, who goes first. So I'm going to start. I'm going to play a Thievery. That means I can choose a player and look at their hand. I'm going to choose Ryan. So first person who gets a chance to act on that would be Sam. He doesn't want to do anything.
Nope.
Ryan,
No.
Can you do anything? Do you want to counter or respond to that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm going to get to look at his hand and take one card. I'm going to choose to take this one. I can continue to play action, so I'm now going to play a second action. It says draw 2 cards. Is anyone going to counter or respond to that?
Nope.
Nope. Cool. So I draw 2 cards off the top. Now I'm going to enter into my next phase, my bid phase. So I'm going to put out a clan in the center for bid. And I'm going to declare cards I want to bid for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 card face down. Everyone else is going to get a chance to bid.
And you also get a native +2 to your bid, right?
Correct. So because I'm the one who put it in,
okay.
I get a +2 to whatever this value is.
Plus that. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Put in 1 as well.
Ooh, fuck. Jesus. All right, I'll do 2. I'll do these 2.
Decisions are being made.
I've got 1.
Awesome. So now we're all going to flip.
Do you have to bid?
You do not.
Okay. So
I have a 4 total.
I have 5.
So you got 5.
I've got 8.
Ryan played the power card negotiations, which is 8. All cards are between 0 and 3 except for negotiations. Negotiations can only be played for bid. Most cards in this game have multiple ways they can be played, but negotiations is very strong at winning bids.
And I have bad news because I also played it.
And you also have negotiations. So that's a tie. So the way that ties work is the first person in the turn order wins. So because that's Ryan, because the turn order works this way, Ryan's going to take that. So everyone gets their cards back. Ryan's going to gain that clan. And I'm going to choose then to end my turn. Because I put a clan up for bid, even though I didn't win it, I'm still going to draw an extra card. And then every player is going to draw a card at the table.
And what's the max hand size?
Max hand size is 8 cards.
8 cards. All right. And then, what was I going to say? I forgot now. Never mind. Oh, yeah. So the thing that I personally, and I have no affiliation with this game other than helping Casey out, the thing that I like a lot is, so as you just saw, we did the bidding phase. Now, if I'm smart, which I'm not, I could remember that Dash has a negotiations. So next time he bid, like that's one of the skill caps of the game that I appreciate a lot, is this idea that there are tons of opportunities to see other people's cards, and if you can remember them, you have a big leg up. So yeah,
Definitely.
Did you draw?
I did.
I think everyone drew, so I think you're up.
All right, so I'm up. All right, so let's do. Okay, not that. Not that.
So Sam's now in his first action phase.
I'm just gonna go straight to bid. Actually, I don't have anything to play.
Skip it, go straight to
Yeah,
bid.
let's go straight to bid. Let's go with an orc.
Okay, it's an orc.
And I have to bid first, right?
Yep, that's
okay,
right.
So then I'm gonna do. Oh shoot. Okay, let's do 3.
Okay, heavy bid.
I will pass my bid.
I'm going to put down 2 cards.
I will pass my bid as well.
So the question is, did you play your negotiations?
Yes, I did.
Son of a bitch. What do you got? I have 5, 6, 7. So yeah, you beat me.
I
no matter
win,
what.
but yeah, I also put down a Desolate.
Okay.
So he's going to win.
Just in
Now,
case you drew a negotiation.
an important thing to also calculate is that for each of these cards, there's 4 copies, with the exception of Peace, which there's 2 copies of, and Sabotage, which there's 2 copies of. So we've now seen that 2 negotiations have been played. So that's part of your calculations here of what's been played on the table.
So there's 2 left.
Now he's won. Now every player does get an opportunity to respond to a player winning the bid. So I'm going to choose to play this card Sabotage. What that does is it says he's going to have to pay 3 more, or else I'm going to get it instead. He doesn't have to pay it, even if he has the 3, but he has the choice to.
I'll play it.
He plays it. So he's going to play 3. Now that means he paid the cost, so he gets to keep the clan.
All right.
Sam continues now to bid if he wants to, or move to his action phase.
I'm gonna stop, but I did this laying for bid, so I gotta draw 2. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. 1, 2.
Then Ryan draws 1. You draw 1.
Mm-hmm.
I draw 1.
Bids were still good. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
True.
All right. Everyone through?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I will skip my first action phase, because I don't have anything to play. And I'm going to put a dwarf up for bid with 1 card.
So in this case, he gets +2 for the dwarf and +1 for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you own a clan, once you've won a clan and it's in play in front of you on your side of the table, you're going to passively get 1 influence for each clan that you have out in play. And if you had 2 humans, he would get 2 as well. So it's not by type. It's just total clans. Every single one gives you +1 passively. You always get 2 for the one you put out. So he's showing 3 on the table.
He's showing 3. He's got a card down. Okay.
I'm not going to bid anything.
He's not going to bid anything. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bid 2.
I'm not gonna play anything.
All right, we flip. I bid 5.
And I had another negotiation.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
For
3
all
of,
of them.
3 of the 4 negotiations have now been played out, so he's going to go ahead and
So
win
there's 1
that.
negotiation's left now.
Anyone who has a chance to, everyone here has a chance to respond. Now, 1 of the 2 sabotages has been played, so there's only 1 left on the table. But
Is Sabotage the only card that you can play in response to winning?
to winning a bid, yes, that's correct.
Nope.
Nope. All right, so Ryan, are you done with your turn?
I am done with my turn.
Great. So you put a clan up, so he's going to draw his extra card. That's going to draw 1. I'm going to draw 1. He's going to draw 1, and then
And what's the deal? You can't draw above 8.
you can't draw above 8. So right now I have 8 cards.
Yeah, I have 8 cards.
So if end of turn happens right now and I don't play any cards up for bid, I would
You
not
don't
be able
get
to
to
get my extra card.
Got it. All right.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to play Change of Fate as my action card.
All right, plays
Which
Change of Fate.
Does what?
I can discard up to 2 cards, then draw cards equal to the amount of cards discarded +1.
Yep.
So I'm just going to discard 1 card,
So first, everyone gets a chance to counter respond. I don't counter respond.
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
Nobody?
you're good.
discarding this, so that means I get to draw 2.
That's right.
All right, and then I'm going to put a card up for bid. So I have
So he's putting an
3
elf up for
total.
bid. He's got the orc already owned, so he's got 3 total here. And are you putting any cards up with it?
Yep, I'm going to put that one.
Okay, I'm gonna choose to. I'll choose to put these 3 down.
Ooh.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'll put 1 down.
I'll pass.
All right.
All right, we flip.
I had 2, so I definitely didn't win. I don't even know why I did.
So I have 7.
I got 6. You got it.
All right, and he's got 6. So I pay these 3,
Dash gets his cards back.
and I now own this elf.
Okay.
And I think I'm good now. I'm gonna draw 2.
Okay, skips. And just so everyone knows, nobody has taken a second action phase, but after you're done with your bids, you can also choose to then play another action. So one of the reasons you might choose to do that is you might play 2 cards out, and those might be action cards that can be played as actions. You might lose the bid, and so your first utility was to win the bid, but now that you've lost the bid, you could then choose to use those as actions.
Actually,
So you guys are
since we're doing just a fun playthrough, can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Since I'm a little worried since he has 2 clan cards already, I'm gonna actually play the Desolate that didn't get me a card. It allows me, I think, to take one of his clan cards and just put it right in my hand, not on my board, but
In
Into your hand, that's right.
Unless somebody counters.
I don't
Yeah.
counter respond.
I don't either.
And I can't.
all right. Give me
which
that
one?
dwarf.
Okay.
you go.
Dwarves.
So he still is going to need to rebid to win this, but he's taking it off the table.
Okay. So now we're done.
we draw.
Now we're done. You
Okay.
get your extra card.
Hey guys, could you move your clan cards closer into the
A little
frame?
closer? Yeah.
That's perfect.
Alright, I drew my cards. You guys draw.
Yo,
I actually can't draw.
I'm
So.
gonna draw.
Because I'm at 8. Because I'm a hoarder, I guess. Alright.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna play Thievery,
Which is.
and I get to look at someone's hand, and I get to take one card from it, and you have a lot of cards. So I'm gonna choose you.
So I'm going to, in response, play Tactical Reversal.
Okay, well first he gets a chance though, right? Because
Right.
first player to the left, so you can choose to counter respond.
What does tactical reversal do
Okay.
So
You shouldn't top it. You
so it's
shouldn't
your
top it.
turn.
Yeah.
I shouldn't top it. I should do it on my own. Okay. Thievery. Oh. I don't remember what that card does. Damn it. I'm gonna play Peace.
Okay, so he's going to negate the effect. So now, this is an important rule. So as soon as someone makes a play on the card, whether it's a response or a counter, it's done.
Oh,
so
okay.
because
So he
he's-
can't do anything.
He can't do anything. Because he's chosen to stop it, that's it. So I played the piece, it was countered,
Can he
and
do anything to the peace card?
nope.
No.
It's play on the card is done once there's been a response by either a counter
And
or...
for the viewers, Peace is a pretty powerful one. Vince, how are we looking? A little higher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down?
Down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, wait.
This just allows you to counter basically any
Let
card.
me flip it because they wanted it flipped. Let me flip it back. Okay. So peace. Just say the name or the description.
It just basically, you can counter anything. Like,
Yeah, so-
in
so-
most cases, you have to do it the specific card, right? But in this case, you can do anything.
Yeah, so that's an important rule, though, just so everyone knows here who's watching. So all actions in this game can be countered by the matching card from an opponent's hand. It's like a really simple just match system. So when Dash played Desolate, if Ryan had Desolate, he could have just played that, and then it's negated. Peace, though, allows you to counter any card. So that's pretty strong, and there's only 2 copies overall in the game. So what's happened now is that's been countered. I can continue to play actions now. So I'm going to play Change of Fate, which lets me discard cards and draw new ones. Is anyone going to counter or respond?
Nope.
No?
I'm going to play tactical reversal.
Okay, great. So that means that I still get this effect, but he now gets his card into his hand.
Wait, hold that there for a moment, just so our viewers can see it.
There's 4 tactical reversals. There's 4 of everything except for Peace, right?
And Sabotage.
Peace and Sabotage are the
Correct.
only. Okay.
The only one, there's 2 copies there.
So that just means he gets the effect of it, but I also add that card to my hand.
That's right. And so I'm going to discard 1 card, Tactical Reversal, and then I get the amount I discarded plus 1, so I get 2 cards. And now I'm going to move over to my bid phase. I'm going to put this card, a Dwarf, up for bid. So I have 3 showing, and I'm going to declare 1 card down.
So you have 3 showing plus 1, yeah?
That's right.
I'm not going to bid.
I'll bid 2.
I'll bid 2 as well.
All right, we all flip. So I had a total of 6 on the table.
I also have 6.
Ryan also has 6.
And I think I also have 6.
So everyone has 6, but because I'm the leading player in the order, I'm going to win. So I discard this. I take it. Anyone who wants to now has an opportunity to play Sabotage. Assuming they do not,
Nope.
then I'm done. So I'm going to skip my second action phase. I'm going to just take the end of my turn. I'm going to draw 2.
So we're getting pretty low to the bottom of the cards here. What happens when we hit the bottom?
Yep. Once we run out, we reshuffle the main stack into here, and we keep playing from that discard pile.
Okay. So now it's my turn, yeah?
Yeah.
6. Okay, so I've got a lot of cards. So I'm gonna, let's see. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna play Shifting Allegiances on Casey. This allows me to switch clan cards with someone else. So I have none. He has 2. The idea is I'm gonna walk out of here with 2, assuming nobody counters.
And an important note, though, on this is if that is resolved, it's not like he just gets the 2. I'm going to get cards from his hand
Right.
equal to the number he takes.
Right.
But did neither of you guys do anything?
Nope.
So I'm going to play a piece, though. I'm going to negate that, so that effect is going to be stopped.
Ooh. All right.
Can't be stealing my clans.
Let's do that again.
Okay.
Shifting Allegiances again.
Okay.
Allegiances.
I do not have a counter this time, so he's going to get them, and I'm
you
going to get
to
2
take
cards.
2 randomly, or do you get to pick them?
2 randomly. So I'll
There you
take 2 here.
Sweet.
All right. No,
All right.
I'm happy with one of those.
Oh fuck! You actually took one of them.
I took a good one. I took a good one.
All right. I'm gonna play Desolate on that human, unless somebody wants to counter.
Ryan?
I can't do anything.
No, let's have a look.
Nope. That's good with me.
That's in my hand. Now I'm going to put that up for bid, and I'm already at 4.
That's right.
Okay. 4.
No, you get one. One for each.
One for each, but he's got 2 plus the
plus
one he
the-
played.
Oh my god.
So he's got 4 total.
Oh,
And
so
then you put it in again for bid?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
also going to put...
Brutal.
Oh, shoot. Am I allowed to ask how many cards people have in their hands?
Yep.
Is that legal?
Yep.
So you have
I got
Showboat
6.
Dash. How many do you have?
a lot.
A lot. You have...
7.
Yes.
You have,
that's
what,
a
7
lot.
or 8?
All right.
Yes.
You got some loaded hands right now. That tends to happen in 4-player.
Yeah. All right.
People get a lot of cards lined up. Ryan? So now note, just for calculation here, guys, we've seen 3 negotiations play. So we know at most there's 1 either here or in players' hands. So 2 people can't possibly play a negotiation at this point with what we've seen.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is trying to keep track of other people's cards. Because technically, I actually know, if I remember, which I don't, but the 2 cards he just took from me, I know are in his hand, plus the last ones he showed in a bid. Like, I should know about half of Casey's hand. I don't, because I'm stupid. But you're bidding 4.
I'm bidding 4.
Whoa, he's going heavy, 4 bid.
I'm
All
putting
right.
3 down.
All right, I'm out. I'm not going in on
Alright,
it.
so I show first. I got negotiations.
Oh.
Okay.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So he's
Not
probably
bad.
going to take
Yeah,
that. But we get to.
yeah.
But this is again what Sam's saying. We get to see everyone's cards. We see a tactical reversal, a conquest, and some clans.
Yeah, so like tactical reversal, like that's good to know.
So it's good to know that he has a shifting that
yeah,
you can see all your crap.
Yeah, and actually, shit. Okay, so I win this, but now we know, and normally this would be
So
not
he-
cool
so he-
because it would really fuck Dashel over. But he has tactical reversal. If we let him go to his turn and nobody has a counter for it, he's gonna be able to swipe 3 of my cards, like the 3 that I just worked my whole hand to get. That sucks.
And also, I'm going to sabotage you. This is the savage plays that happen sometimes in Arkon. So he now has a chance to play 3. If he does not,
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
he's going to play it. So he plays out, so he keeps it. So he's still got his 3 on table. He paid the requisite 3, but now he's all out of cards.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's it.
So you get your 2
Oh,
cards.
thank God.
We now shuffle, so chances at everything once again.
If we're sharing what we like about this game, I think we've all been frustrated with Hearthstone with the, sorry, you didn't win because you didn't buy the latest expansion, you don't have the OP cards. This is one deck. That's all you'll ever
Yeah.
need.
I greatly
Your
appreciate
friends
that.
don't need a deck, it's just you.
Well, like I have buddies who play Magic the Gathering, like our buddy Anthony, and he always tells me that I should play, and I'm just like, dude, I don't have the money to like get involved in that game anymore. Like it's too. The thought that I could like spend a bunch of money building a deck and then it's like irrelevant in like 3 months just
Yeah,
bothers me.
you're not even allowed to play it.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
not-
even that it's bad. You're not allowed.
It's out of rotation. You get to draw a card.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And I get to draw a card.
Ooh. Now every card that we had in our brains being like, okay, there's only X, Y, Z left in the
It's
deck.
now irrelevant.
That's all irrelevant. We're starting
Well,
over.
but technically, if we remembered how many were in the discard, then we would know.
Okay, if we're geniuses.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's a
That's-
high card count. There's a high card counting skill cap.
That is the element that I like.
on a Turing test.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so it is now Ryan's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try out some different strategies.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a dwarf up for bid
Just
Oh,
straight
right
up
off
the
the bat.
actions
with no bid.
Okay.
with no bid.
So he can do that. So this is interesting. So what's happening now is he knows that Sam is automatically going to win this because Sam's showing 3 and he's showing 2. But my guess is that he might have a shifting allegiance or some card in his hand where he wants to give clans over to Sam because
So
he's
he
going to
can
then
swipe
steal
them.
more. So we'll see. Are you going to bid on that?
I think I'm going to bid on that. So
Okay, good.
let's be modest.
I'm going to not bid.
Okay, so then you win it by default, Dash, right?
You're not going to bid anything?
Nope.
So you have 3, and then I have 5 total, and then
He's got 5. So Dash is going to win.
Unless.
And then again, that's 2, 2, and 1. Unless,
That's it.
nope, that's it.
That's it.
So we pass it to him.
I get the
Okay.
dwarf.
All right, that's fair.
In the next couple games we play through, we won't spend as much time explaining because that's a situation where I think that if Casey didn't explain it, that might have worked out the way he was planning on it working out. But because he
Fair.
like made the point of like he probably has a shifting allegiances, that's bad. Like it makes it kind of
Yeah,
hard.
that's fair. That's fair. I wanted people to get the idea.
No, of course.
club.
The first playthrough is a total gamble, and Dash has never played before, so that's the point. But there's a lot of strategy that takes place when you're not overly communicating how cards work.
And props, by the way, for your first time picking it up pretty
There we
smoothly.
go. Thanks. It's easy to pick up.
Off of our 60-second demonstration.
Okay. Now I'm going to reverse that strategy. Put an elf up for bid.
Oh, you can put more than one card up for bid. I forgot about that.
So you can play. You can put as many cards up for bid
Yeah.
during your turn, but it all has to be within the same phase.
And it all has to be one at a time, too. You can't put multiple clans. Just one clan at a time, but you can do that as many times as you want.
So I'm putting an elf up with 5 cards.
Oh, moly.
This
This
seems like an
So were
open
you
tell.
baiting out bids? Is that what you were doing with the dwarf?
He's trying to get rid of all of his cards. I think he's trying to get rid of all of his cards.
We'll see. We'll see if the strategy plays out, and then we can.
And then we'll analyze it afterwards.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll
Dash.
try to not throw too much explanation.
Just in
into it.
case, I'm gonna put 3 cards down.
Okay.
Yep.
And Vince, we're doing good. Anyone have any questions that we're explaining things okay?
Yeah, no one
People
really
are
has any questions.
Okay, good.
Also, we have the Twitch giveaway plug-in in, so I can roll
Oh, good.
randomize whoever.
So we can just do it in Twitch. We don't have to do like a
Yeah.
Google form or any bullshit.
Yeah, so whenever you want to announce the giveaway, we can just do that later.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get that rolling maybe in a couple minutes.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
So where we
people are understanding the game.
Good.
So.
Awesome.
You're up.
I bid. So,
He bid 3, plus he's got 2 showing. I'm gonna stay out of this one once
Yeah, I
again.
am too.
all right. Let's see what you got.
All right, I've got.
Holy crap.
See, that is very surprising. He bid a Shifting Allegiance, which is the card I assumed. So what I guessed his play was that he was burying his entire hand so that he could Shifting Allegiance Sam and then not have to give Sam any cards. Normally, if he took 3 clans, he'd have to give Sam 3 cards. But if he doesn't have any cards, he doesn't have to give him anything. So it's a risky play, but it has a high reward. But he didn't. But he bid a lot. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, unless someone has a negotiation.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Let me see what you got over there.
Human, dwarf, shifting allegiance.
Okay.
So it's Human Dwarf Shifting Allegiance. Now, anyone has a chance to respond?
Nope.
Actually, I do.
Oh,
So,
that is sad.
I'm gonna sabotage you.
That is okay.
So,
You can.
Oh, he
I-
doesn't
I-
care. He just wants to bid his card. He doesn't care if he has
I get the card unless he can put
right,
down.
and he's gonna let you take it. He's not gonna pay the 3 because he doesn't. He just drained his cards on purpose, anyways. So you get that.
So why would he drain his cards though? If he
Because-
doesn't-
Because now it's my second. So now it's my second action phase, and I have a shifting allegiance.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
because
I'm
he
not
doesn't
gonna
want to give
be.
you cards.
And so I.
Take
So I
his-
remember at some point you had a shifting allegiances, and I don't remember if that was ever played.
So who are you targeting?
I
this?
could have.
So
I could have
I'm
been the bid. Do you remember?
So just because it's in question, I'm gonna target you
dick.
because I think you're less likely to have counter.
All right, so
Yeah.
but this
But
is
Dash
no.
can still
Dash
counter.
still has the first chance to act on it. Does he choose to?
Oh, let me think about that for a little bit. No, we're cool. We're cool. Here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
We're
anything
good,
about
fam.
it.
Take him.
So that strategy paid off for Ryan. Then in this case,
But remember, you don't have a hand now, right?
But now I don't have a hand.
but
so
now he
that's
doesn't have
the
a hand.
trade-off.
So
Vulnerable.
So now if Dash attacks your ass, right? Because he only needs
Yeah,
what,
both
a human to
mine-
win.
both of them only need 1 clan to win right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And me in case you're fucking useless.
But that's the thing though. We can stabilize
happens
pretty
a lot,
quick.
yeah.
We're gonna get a lot of churn with cards. So
Yeah, well,
it's a lot
because
of
now I
combos.
have no cards, and you have what 6, 7?
6 cards, yeah. So there's a little highway. You can stabilize pretty quickly.
Well, like I intentionally sat out of most of the early bids because I knew I was going to shifting allegiances somebody, so that I went from 0 to 3 instantly. He just went from 0 to 3 instantly, and now, so yeah, you're never quite out of this game. Like all it takes is drawing 1 shifting allegiance or already having 1 in your hand, like I might.
For sure.
I'm just
Ooh.
kidding. All right, so Dash. Oh wait,
well,
we
that's
dropped-
on my
yeah.
turn.
End of his turn. Hey Vince, let's throw something out there. Let's do the first one. Let's do the branded hat.
The branded hat.
Let's do the branded hat.
Right. So the keyword is !Arkon.
Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder
So if you want to
if
enter the giveaway, you do what was it? !Arkon in the
I'll
chat.
put it in the chat.
He's gonna put it in the chat, but you just have to type !Arkon into the chat, hit enter, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. We'll give people another turn to submit, and then we'll maybe give it away. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So did you draw?
I drew.
Did you draw?
I'm being drawn out.
All right. Casey.
Oh, someone just said they can't hear us. That's not good. We
Let
should make sure that people can hear us. What about now? Is our audio okay?
Another guy says he can hear you, so
Yeah, it might just be their setup.
Sting's LD just Oh yeah, I mean I'm just running it, so you don't need to listen to me. he's asking about the person behind the camera, and I don't matter, so.
The mysterious man behind the camera.
Yeah, everyone enter into the giveaway.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
Exclamation mark Arkon, enter into the giveaway. We're gonna give something away pretty soon here. So.
Sweet. Yeah.
So then you draw.
Yes, I draw.
All right, and it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
It is your turn.
So first off, I'm going to play an Arcane Insight, which just straight up gives me 2 cards to draw. It only has 1 in terms of bidding power, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Anyone going to counter?
I'm going to choose to play Tactical Reversal. I'm not going to counter, but I am going to take that card.
All right, so that's done now, and I'm going to draw my 2.
So reminder, Tactical Reversal is it lets the effect go through, but you get the card that he would otherwise have discarded into your hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and just so I'm clear on this final part, if I say won a human, the game is just done. Can anyone counter that?
Someone can play a sabotage.
Okay.
So once you've won it by bid, there's still, before you control it, there's one last-ditch effort. Someone can play a sabotage. But besides sabotage, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Then let the bidding begin.
Oh, fuck.
Human is the only card I need left to win.
Okay, I am not the one equipped
What are
to
you
win
gonna bid
this.
there, Dash? Probably everything.
That's the question,
Yeah.
right?
That's the
Because I
question.
could keep one thing or something. No, but if I win, I win, and if I don't win the bid, then I get all my cards back.
Well, the thing though is that
Oh,
if
you
someone plays a
disable.
sabotage and you don't keep 3 back, so if you win the bid and you keep 3 back, you basically guarantee yourself the victory.
But you have to win the bid.
But you have to win the bid. Yeah, so that's part of your calculation there.
All right, then.
How
I
many
wonder
is
if
that?
this is my 3. It could be a 1, and I'm bluffing.
How many is it?
How many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I also have 3 from my.
And the 2 from
based
putting
on
it up.
based on the makeup of my hand, I don't think I have any shot of winning it, so I'm not even going to get into it.
5 cards, 3, 2. So you have 5 showing plus 5 additional cards. Average value somewhere between 2 and 3. So you've got an additional probably 10 sitting there. I don't think I can beat that. I've got. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm gonna throw them down just in case, but
I mean, this is
this is
yeah,
it.
2.
Yeah.
And I only have 2 cards. It's not going to do anything.
All right. What do you got, Dash?
So unless I counted wrong, this is 15 total.
I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, close. Does anyone have the sabotage?
I don't have a sabotage.
All right, that's it. Game
Game
1's in
over.
the books.
Nice.
Yeah, I could have gone in. I had a lot of low powered. I had a lot of 1s and 0s. So basically, I figured that I wasn't really in contention to win it.
I also kept this guy in the back just in case something
Just in
happened.
case
I don't know.
sabotage.
Yeah. All right, game 1 in the
All right,
books.
so that's game 1.
We're gonna gear up for another round here.
I'll
It looks
shuffle you
like
the giveaway.
we had a couple people, maybe like 5. People got like a 20% chance of this win right here. Best odds ever.
For the giveaway?
Yeah.
You wanna get that going right now?
Yeah, let's do the hat. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we shuffle.
How many entries did we get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Go.
Best odds ever.
20%.
You guys
That's
are all winners.
pretty good.
Alright. Ready?
Yep.
Doomsday 2424. You are the winner of the
Arkon branded hat. It's gonna be a snapback. Is that what it's called?
Snap
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Snapback with Arkon labeled in the front. So
Can you write his name down and then DM him or something like? I don't know how that works.
yeah, we'll reach out to you essentially and collect shipping information and all that fun jazz. So I think the man behind the computer is gonna gather your details.
Yeah. The mysterious quiet man behind the computer.
Yeah.
So just to check before we jump into another game here, guys, everyone can hear us okay. I know the audio's a little quiet, but if we speak up, you can hear us, and the camera angles are good. You guys are understanding how the game is being played. Questions, now would be the time. Anything like that. Please and thank you while I finish shuffling. All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
And I know we got one of my buddies, or 2 of my buddies, Josh and Norman, in chat too, that also are pretty familiar with the rules. So I know that they're
Thinking about
answering a
that.
couple things
Oh, cool.
too and
Very cool.
chipping in, which is great.
There you go.
All right, let's run it back.
So the other thing I like about this game, that wasn't a great example. I have no idea how long that took. But once you kind of know the rules, you're actually able to burn through this game pretty quick, which I personally appreciate as I'm getting older. Like the idea of spending like 4 hours playing a board game is not always my favorite idea in the world. And I like that this is pretty damn quick. You can burn through a game pretty fast.
Yeah, and what I want to do too is we're starting with some 4-player games, but I might either bow out or we might have some different people bow out at different points. We can show you guys 2 and 3-player games as well as we progress.
I've never done 2. 2 sounds gnarly.
2 it's definitely a very different dynamic.
Yeah.
It's very different
sounds
dynamic.
intense.
Easier to remember what cards have been
That's
played.
true, yeah.
So easier to remember what cards, and the difference is that when someone plays a card like draw 2,
Yeah.
often in a 4-player game, you're not going to choose to counter that because
Yeah.
your utility of like keeping your own draw 2 is so much stronger.
Right.
But in a 2-player game, it's like every benefit they get is like directly against you.
Right.
So you're way more likely to counter those kind of like
And if they're like a
tactical
little
effects.
crippled and have a low hand, you're just going to keep them down and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different dynamic. And also in 4-player, there's a lot, you're getting more refresh. So in 2-player, you have to be really careful about what you're playing. You have to be very conservative because in this one, my turn ends. If I played a clan, I draw 2. I draw 1 on each of those turns. I have a whole new 5 cards by the time it's my turn again, right? So that's a lot of card flow. So anyways, let's dive in. If you want to start off, you were the
Okay.
winner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then let's start things off with Arcane Insight. Just give me some more cards. Anybody going to counter it?
Go for it.
I'm not, but I'm going to tactical reversal.
Nice. So I'm going to take my
I'm gonna
2.
get that card.
Okay, then, yeah, let's start bidding on this lovely orc here.
All right, you bid first, so do you put anything down with it?
Yeah, why not? Let's put down 1. Just one for now. One's good.
Just 1.
We're good here, folks.
Oh, you're out?
I'm not bidding yet.
You're not bidding.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to bid 2.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Okay.
All right, let's see what I
got
have.
4.
5. You.
Okay, I had an orc and a tactical reversal.
So I gave up my Desolate to get my orc.
Alright.
Second phase. Let's see.
You can also continue to bid if you wanted. Don't forget. Like, you can put up another card for bid.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, I'm good for now, so I'm going to draw my 2.
Alrighty.
All right, awesome. I'm going to draw 1.
So, Casey, in your playthroughs, this is more of a strategy question, but have you found that, like, if you're on the fence about putting something up for bid, is it worth it to throw something up for bid just for the extra draw card?
Oftentimes, I think so, yes. So, Tyler, who's one of the key designers of this game, who's my brother, I don't know if he's watching right now or not, he's a professional Magic player, and so he knows the tactics super good. He tends to be very bid light, right? He tends to not commit a ton of cards.
Yeah.
But I think that oftentimes I've seen him before definitely put up a card knowing he's not going to win it just for the card replenish.
Just the
you know,
cycle.
because this game has a lot of like combos are big. Right, setting yourself up to have the right combinations can be huge. Someone can have 3 clans on board but have 0 cards in hand, and you could have 8 carefully curated cards in your hand and be in a better position.
Right.
So your combinations matter.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kick this off with draw 2.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna tactical reversal that.
Okay. So I'm gonna get the effect, but he's gonna get that card. I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2.
That card's going to make its rounds.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a Thievery. That means I get to look at someone's hand and take a card. I'm gonna select Ryan.
Oh.
Always got to pick on Ryan with the
Yeah.
thieveries. Not the most exciting hand that I've ever seen.
So really, with those, what you're going for 9 times out of 10 is either like a clan card you really need, or like one of the what is it, like peace or negotiations, right? Like,
yeah, or sabotage.
Or
is another good one.
sabotage, yeah.
Negotiations, sabotage are 2 I like to pick
There's like a
for.
small handful of cards though that you're really fishing for, because like using that and pulling an arcane insight is like not worth it.
Well, I don't know. I personally think Arcane Insight's really strong. It's just pure card advantage.
Yeah.
Like, you're just getting more cards. So,
Yeah.
like, any card that replaces itself with a bonus card, I feel like there's no case where Arcane Insight won't be good for you.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like, so I'm going to now have a second Thievery. And I'm now
Jesus
going to
Christ.
target Dash with this one.
If it's alright with everybody, I'd like to at least get that in my hand, but
So-
is that
so-
resolved after?
So this is actually an important rule clarification. So they get the first chance to respond. So why that matters is if he chooses tactical reversal, you don't get a chance to tactical reversal. So this is also part of the strategy of who you play cards on,
Right.
Like if I don't want it to be countered, I'm more likely to put it on you because I have
Because
2
it's
players
2
that are going to have a
chances.
chance to make a play on the card and stop you from being able to.
Yeah.
So that's part of
I'm
the
not gonna do
calculation.
anything though.
No.
Okay, so
Alright,
then you
okay,
get it. So
cool.
then you get it.
Does that
but I'm
resolve before or after?
So this resolves. He's going to put that card to the side. I take a card from his hand,
Not including
not
the
including that
thievery.
one, right? Because otherwise you would just chain it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can look at your hand and take one.
Oh no.
Sorry, you want there?
Well, this hand, unlike Ryan's, this hand is quite good.
Of course, I also have that, so he's gonna get comeuppance.
All right, so we need to drain all the cards out of my hand so I don't get Thievery back. All right, so I'm just going on a combo stream. I'm gonna play another Arkon Insight. Does anyone make a play on that?
Nah, go for it.
All right, that's taking me to max hand size. I have 8 cards now.
Yeah, but you're about to make a fat bid, I have a feeling.
Yeah, so I'm now going to go to bid. Surprisingly, I'm gonna play a human, and I'm going to lay down. I will lay down this with the human.
Just one.
Just one card.
Hey, Dad. Am I allowed to ask him what he had and he can choose whether or not to lie to me? Is that, like, against the rules?
What's that?
If I were to ask Dash right now, did you have negotiations that he took and he could choose to lie to me or not? Is that, like, kosher or is that not allowed?
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. So I think that it's important that we don't regulate like interaction. I think like if I look at someone's hand
Yeah.
and they want to say Ryan's hand is this and expose it to the table they can, I personally think that's kind of bad practice.
Yeah.
For most of our playtests, like people don't announce other people's cards. But I think
But
that
they can also lie, right?
Right,
That's
right,
part
right.
of it.
But you can make something up. I don't think that we want to have any rules that like stipulate that you're unable to speak. I guess.
Dash, did he have negotiations?
He definitely took my negotiation. I'm bitter about it, so I'm gonna say it.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna bid.
I'll maybe call the bluff and
Ryan goes down for 3. All right, so we flip,
You
and
suck.
surprise, surprise, I got 10 on the table.
And
Ryan bid 6.
I just have the thievery that you gave me.
And the theory.
Why
Just in
not?
case.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right, anyone now can choose to make a play on the card if they would like with sabotage.
nope.
All right, no sabotage?
Nope.
Okay, well then I get to keep it, and that is going to be the end of my turn, so I'm going to draw 2. Still takes me to only 8, so my hand size is still under the limit.
Another question. Are you going to allow, maybe this might be a personal question because I don't think you'd want to actually regulate against this, but in your games, are you going to allow people, if it's like a one-on-one, can I bring a pad and pen and like write shit down?
Yeah, I think that in competitive games of Arkon, you would have the capacity, just like in professional like Magic the Gathering, you could
Yeah.
have a pad and paper and you could write down cards.
Don't you think that kind of takes the skill out of the game a little bit though? Because then I can just write down your hand every time I see it. And take like 30
That
minutes.
is true. I mean, it's a tough question. We could go back and forth.
I mean,
know that
obviously there's not going to be a written rule about this because it has nothing to do with the game. But I'm just curious.
most competitive circuit games that I'm aware of allow people, like Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
was one of the largest, allow people to have a pad there, and if
Huh.
you look at someone's hand, you can write things down.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. If Tyler, if you're watching this, correct me if that's not true, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the case.
And Tyler, if you're watching this, tell me how damaging that ends up being because I'm curious. Well, and I especially feel like in this game, unlike Magic the Gathering, because Magic the Gathering, it's been forever since I played. But I don't remember it being that look at your opponent's card heavy like this game is. Because I feel like I'm seeing people's cards like every turn I'm
Right.
seeing somebody's cards. I don't know. Anyway, I was just curious.
Yeah,
Alright,
no, that's totally fair.
it's my turn?
Your turn.
Okay. I'm going to play an Arcane Insight unless somebody wants to do something.
I'll keep the cycle going. Tactical reversal.
Okay. Anybody else? Oh, no,
No,
nobody else.
it's
can do
done.
anything.
It's done.
Alright. And interesting. Okay. Then I'm going to Arcane Insight again. Anybody?
I'm good, so... if
I'm
you
actually
got
going to counter that.
Dick. Alright. Fine. Alright, you have a human, you have an orc. Okay, let's go ahead and...
See some emoticons or something getting dropped in our chat.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Let me, how many cards do you have?
I've got
Six?
6.
How many cards do you have?
I have 8. No, I just played one. I have 7.
I've got 6.
6. I'm gonna Thievery Casey, unless somebody wants to do
You don't
something.
think I have a thievery?
I don't
I
know.
only played 2 of them last turn. Any of you guys do anything?
You have one.
You don't want to protect me after everything we've been through?
Take everything.
I have a thievery though.
You son of a...
I had 3 thieveries last
You
turn.
had 3 Thieveries.
Yeah, I was stacked on thieveries.
God damn it.
I kept one protectively to protect against him, but you know.
Alright.
Didn't
So
work
that's
out.
why my hand's so terrible, because you took all the good cards.
Yeah,
You already gave away the card I wanted, so what else could you have?
Alright, I'm gonna then play a Desolate on your human. Anybody has the option.
Alright, any answer when I can play on it? No? I'm gonna play
You
Desolate.
son of a biscuit. Alright.
Countering everything that Sam does, 3 cards in a row.
Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna put down a dwarf and bid 1.
You know, you could have waited until after the bidding, hopefully get rid of some of his cards, then try to do something.
That is a good idea. Because I probably could have gotten rid of his Desolate that way. Oh well.
You can bid anything?
Yeah. I'm just deciding what. I'll bid. That's not gonna do it.
Ryan will just bring
I'll
it home
bid.
for me. So that must be your brother who won the hat.
Oh yeah.
Kevin must have been the one who won the hat. That's fair.
Fair enough.
So you could just hand it to him.
Yeah, that makes things easier.
What'd you bid? 3?
I bid 3.
And bid 2.
2.
I'm gonna go ahead with a nifty bid of 1.
Oh man.
I have a feeling.
People groan when you bid 1 card. I don't understand.
I had none. I had 2.
I had the negotiations.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I just had Conquest and Elf.
Holy shit! Are those 3 dwarves?
They are 3 dwarves.
Oh, the
Wow.
3
So
dwarves.
to remember, just so you guys are, just remember, most games are won by getting 1 of each type. Because there's 4 clans of every type in the deck, that's statistically massively more likely. But you can also win by getting 4 of 1 type. So just remember that.
Yeah.
We actually had a few of our review channels that played through the game, and they won with that win condition. So it does happen.
Okay.
Ryan, so I won this. Anyone can chance to respond. If not,
Hold up.
you get your card back, right? Did you have the
Yeah.
orc or the dwarf?
I put up the dwarf. I have the orc.
That's
Wait. Okay, so you.
I keep the I keep the orc. You're bidding for that. Yeah, that's what you get.
You got the dwarf.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
got the dwarf.
Got it.
No, I'm not complaining.
Okay.
Anybody else? Ryan Dash?
nope.
No,
We're good.
Fine.
There's an emoticon war going on currently in our chat. There's krakens. There's animals.
All right.
There's a raccoon.
So second. Oh, I can put up more stuff for bid though.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna put up this elf now,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna bid 1.
I'm gonna do 2 again. Oh, sorry. Your first.
3, 2,
Going heavy. What have we been for an elf?
elf.
I'll go 2.
All right, I've got 2.
I got 8.
Oh my
Got the
goodness.
same 6.
So he wins it again.
You wouldn't be mean and play a terrible.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna let it happen. Why not?
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
I'm gonna put an orc up for bid now.
Oh.
So just to throw this out there,
If he wins
if
it,
Casey
he wins
wins,
the
he
game.
wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put nothing up for bid.
Ooh. Sam just putting the heat on you guys. I'm just gonna bid my 2 negotiations.
If you guys want to
That's
lose
all I'll
right
play
now,
on.
that's up to you. But
Why would you do this? You confuse me.
Man,
I'm all in on one idea, and if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna look like an idiot. But
I'm assuming that he likewise is trying to set up the shifting allegiance play based on the cues that he just dropped on the table.
could be that.
But the shifting allegiance isn't gonna work because Casey's just gonna win.
Yeah, Casey would win before I could play it.
Well, right, but he's assuming that I only have 2 cards, and I think he's assuming that you or Dash is able to take. He's putting the onus on you.
I'm putting the onus on you, but I do have a plan, and I'm hoping that you guys play.
And he has a sabotage in his hand, is what he's declaring to the table. So worst case, he has a backup.
Yeah, pretty much.
But can he beat my?
Yeah, but if neither of us bid, that means he could bid 1 and
No.
easily get it.
Oh,
Or nothing.
yeah.
'cause
I bid
he's got
nothing.
this.
If you guys
Then,
want to
if
lose
you-
the game, then we can lose the game right now. That's up to
Do
you.
you want to die on your sword here?
I'm counting on
Okay.
my teammates.
I'll bid 3.
Enemies.
Just bidding 2.
All right, good.
No bid.
No bid. All right, there we go. What do we got?
Okay, I've got 6.
6.
I have 6 as well, but you would get it.
He was
He's
first.
first in the
All
order.
right, you take it.
What do you? Oh, is it your 3 doors? Just really trying to get rid of those doors.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm going to draw 2 and end the turn. How you doing over there, Vinny?
Good.
Dark card, but
Just
Oh.
producing.
Just produce.
Casey, where do the dwarves go when they get discarded? What's the lore behind that?
Where do the dwarves go?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
the
the biggest
lore,
question.
the lore behind what's happening when you put a clan up for bid is you. So we're all this mysterious outsider, and we're vying for control of these clans. And so everything in your hand represents influence. So when you're basically putting a card out, you're attempting to curry favor and gain the allegiance of that clan, right? So essentially, you can think of like when you play an action is like you're kind of like calling in a favor, and when you're doing a bid, you're kind of attempting to gain allegiance around that group. And then that's the ultimate lore, is that the one who is able to either unite all of them or bring domination of one type, that is the one who essentially is the true Arkon.
So if 3 dwarves jump off a cliff, what does that mean?
So essentially, he's using his clout with the dwarves. He's
So
using
make
his
them
clout.
commit mass suicide.
It's not suicide per se.
Sacrifice a whole.
So, but like, if that was the case, he just convinced 3 dwarves to die
The
for one
discard
orc.
pile is in death.
Oh, okay, that's true. They can come back. Okay,
They died, but for the greater good of bringing
of
unity.
bringing him an orc. I feel like they're not
The
going to help
Arkon,
him.
the Arkon has a master plan.
Oh, okay.
He's a master
And this
painter
could
behind the
take
scenes.
place over generations, you know.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
dwarves will forget.
Yeah,
They,
generations.
they
from
don't
now.
have a good memory.
All right, I drew. Did you draw?
I think we all drew.
I think,
Everyone drew.
I think
Alright,
it's,
we're
it's
good.
my turn now. So I'm gonna play an Arcane Insight.
Okay.
Somebody want to tackle or reversal that? Cycle it through again.
Yeah, let's cycle through the tactical reversal for the 5th time. Did Tyler say anything about the notepads?
I think that Tyler may have left us. I don't think he's here with us. But hopefully he'll cruise in. And let's maybe at the end of this game do our next giveaway.
Do another one. What will it be for?
Let's do the wooden keychain. I'm stoked for that one. So we still need to do this. We're gonna actually go talk with our same one who's doing the design of our wooden boxes. He said he could put together and laser etch out like a 3D keychain, which sounds like it's gonna be pretty sweet. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. So there might be a
If you
little
win the giveaway, you get the first one.
Yes, you will have the first one.
Okay, I'm gonna put a human up
Okay.
with no extra bid.
Okay.
No extra bid. All right, Dash.
Let's.
No
Well.
extra bid.
We're being modest. Putting 2 down.
And you have 1 showing.
I'm not gonna bid.
Neither am I.
That means I get it, right?
Yeah, you get it. You
So I had 6 elf and conquest.
you had 6. Thank God I didn't bid.
Yeah, just got it.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna play a Desolate on your orc, so I can take it to my hand if it passes through.
Starting with Dash.
Yep, I got nothing.
You're gonna take my orc.
I'm gonna take your orc.
All right.
So so
Oh, yeah.
basically your play there was you just made him discard 2 cards for nothing, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go into play. It goes into his hand.
Yes, but it was already in his hand.
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to understand what you're up to over here.
Okay.
The meta.
The meta.
Then I'll put the orc up for bid with 2.
Okay.
Question. Wait. Question.
Wait.
You can't do that.
I can't do that. I
Yeah,
can't
you
do
can't
that.
do that because you
So-
put up for bid, played a card. You can't put up another card.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Good catch. I was
Yeah.
zoned out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's correct. So you have an action phase, a bid phase, and an action phase. So once you put cards up for bid, and then once you played actions after that, you cannot hop back in.
Yeah.
That's an
Because
important
that was the thing I thought too. I was like, oh shit, he just got him to discard 2, and now he's going to put the same card back up
Yeah.
for bid. But then I realized you couldn't do that.
That's an important clarification.
But I do have another action phase.
Yes.
And so at this point, now I'm going to play Shifting Allegiances against Casey.
Oh, this is for the
rough.
win.
This is for the win.
No, it's not for the win.
No.
So the way the shifting allegiance works is we swap.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
I get his
oh,
orc,
oh,
and he
thank
gets it.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit of a tricky card. So tune in if this resolves. We'll walk you through the process. So first off, I can't counter it. Do you counter it?
Nah.
And do you respond or counter to it?
Nope.
Okay. So what happens now is he gets mine, and I get his, and then we are going to exchange cards equal to the number taken. So he took 3 from me, so I get 3 of his cards, which he only has 3, so I get all of them. And then independently, the 3 that I have, I took 1 of his, so he gets 1 of mine, randomly. So one of the things to note about this game is that Shifting Allegiance seems really strong, right? Like a player has no clans and suddenly they have a lot, but you have a max hand size of up to 8. Like in that case, he had 3. When you lose like half your hand, like in that case, it's pretty hard to strategize around that because it's at random, right? Like now, he only has 1 card left to be able to make a play. So oftentimes, Shifting Allegiance is very good.
Do you find people going for wins with the Shifting Allegiance?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I find that they can gain advantage with it, but I find that it's rare that someone does a Shifting Allegiance into a win in that same turn. It can happen, but you kind of need to have the right alignment of cards because you're gonna lose a lot.
You're going to be giving away cards when you get cards, and so you need to make that calculation of the probability that the cards that they randomly take are not going to be
the ones
cards
that you
remaining
need in
their
order
hand
to win. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not really a risk worth taking in those cases, probably.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's the end of my turn, so I'll draw 2.
Got it.
I'll draw one.
And hey, Vince, if we can, I don't know if you still have the Kickstarter page up, but if we could drop that into just a comment.
Yeah, I was about to say, for anyone new tuning in, you want to just explain like what we're playing, what we're all about?
Draw first.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello to anyone new tuning in. We're playing Arkon. Essentially, the way that this game works is you're attempting to get 4 clan cards out into play, either 4 of the same type or 1 of each, and that's your win condition. Arkon kind of revolves around 2 central dynamics. So number 1 is this bidding dynamic, that you're using cards from your hand to bid to try to win these clans. And the second major dynamic is that almost every card in the game can be played in multiple ways. So as you'll notice, if you stick around for a little while, even though there's just 1 deck of cards, there's quite a bit of strategy and depth that happens in the calculations of, you know, seeing what other people are playing and figuring out how to line up your combos. And that's where the multi-use cards kind of come into play.
All right, my turn, right?
Yes.
It's Kickstarter.com/Arkon game.
No, it has a longer tag. If we want to go, if we don't have it up, that's fine. Maybe we'll take like a couple-minute intermission between
After
one of
this
our
game,
next
we'll
games,
take a break.
and I'll hop on there and I can post
What's
it.
everybody's hand sizes right now? You got a lot, right?
I'm looking at 6, but
Let's pay you back with the thievery that you got with me early in the game.
that's just mean. I am going to go drop a piece on that all-purpose
Okay.
counter because that's a
And you
hard
can't
pass.
counter counters, right?
You cannot counter counters. So it
And-
says play in response to any action card. So similarly, sometimes it comes up to people try to counter like responses and stuff. No, it only can be played in response to an action.
Gotcha.
Card being played as an action.
All right, and that made me sad, so we're just going to bid for an elf now. I'm not going to put anything
Somber.
Okay, so we're putting up an elf.
Shit.
And no other bid. No, you just put up a straight elf strip. So you're showing 3.
down. All right, fine. I'll put a bid down.
So I'm pressuring him into it. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
there you go.
All right, I guess I'll drop that.
Negotiations calling you right now. You bid.
Well,
one,
negotiations from him.
from him. I was saying he's pretending like he didn't want to, and then he threw down negotiations. I'm gonna stay out of it.
No bid for me.
All right. Dash. Negotiations.
Nope, conquest.
All right.
So that means 1, 2, 3, 6 total.
I got 9.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so I took it. I'm on the table now with 2.
And Dash, still your turn.
Yeah, I'm thinking what I want to do. Let's see here. All right. This is going to be risky, but let's go for a conquest on... your dwarf.
Alright.
So you get to take 1 card from my hand at random, and I get your dwarf into play, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Play.
So that's the difference between Desolate and Conquest. Desolate, you take it in the hand, but no drawback. Conquest, you take it on the table, but you lose a card at random. I don't respond to it.
Neither do I.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Your mod put in the link for us.
Oh, that hurt.
Okay,
Is
cool.
that the good one?
Sweet.
Dash should strategically.
And that's the link to the Kickstarter, but we're also going to want to actually maybe put the Twitch link in Kickstarter, like comment on it. And I don't have to be the one to do that. Anyone who is a backer on the campaign has access to it. They can just log in and write it in this comment.
So somebody could write into the Kickstarter right now who's watching this.
Like help us
If they
out.
wanted to bail our producer out.
If you're a backer. If any of you are backing, yeah.
And if you're not backing, you could back and then do it.
That's
That's
true.
an option
That
as
is an
well.
option on the table.
Okay.
I'm ending my turn. I'm going to draw my 2.
Okay. I'm going to draw 1.
Right.
Okay, and I'm gonna kick this off with a change of fate. That's my mill card. Lets me discard stuff. Is anyone gonna do anything about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna counter it.
What? Sam.
Yep.
Just because I've countered everything you've ever played for this entire game doesn't mean that we need to get vindictive here.
Yep.
Alright.
Play something else, motherfucker.
Alright, that does cause some slight hurdles. Alright, I'm gonna put an elf up for bid, and I'm
You already have an elf.
I do.
Okay.
And the reason for that is putting an extra clan up gives you a little bit of protection insulation. It also gives you more passive. So it's not completely pointless. I'm gonna put one card up.
Have
for
you
bid.
found that people do an investment strategy where they just try to get as many clans as they can, not even really going for wins early in the game so that they can win bids later? Is that common?
So that's the thing. It can provide it. So like if you get like 5 or 6 clans, that's a very strong edge.
Yeah.
The downside though is there's so many plays, especially in a 4-player game. Think about how many options there are to be things like shifting allegiance.
Yeah.
You really have to, if you go that strategy, you need to be thinking in your head, how can I keep pieces and shifting allegiances myself to insulate?
avoid,
Part of what I think you have to pick up in the game too is how can I keep cards that insulate my strategy, like protect me or whatever angle I'm going.
Right.
And I think that's another key difference between 2-player games versus 4.
Yeah.
Is having more bid advantage by having plans out early makes a bigger difference in 2-player games.
In 2-player, yeah.
I just saw someone commented on Arkon, so hopefully whoever that was the one commenting with our push link.
All right. Where are we at? We're at 1 bid plus you have
Yeah, so I got
4
3 showing. I got 3 showing on the table, 1 each plus the one I'm playing.
Isn't that 2 for the
So
one
2
you're
for the one I'm playing,
So
and then
4
3,
showing.
4. Yeah, 4. Oh, just kidding.
4 showing.
4 showing.
Plus 1 hit.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna bid.
Math is hard.
No bid for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one down just in case.
All right, so I bid 6.
5.
5.
Okay. So I take the extra elf, and then I am pretty low on cards, so I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn and draw my 2.
I'm gonna draw 1.
Hand it over to.
Okay, so let's see. Let's get creative here. All right, you've got a human and a dwarf. You have a human and an elf. You have 2 elves and an orc. So nobody has. No, wait. We have all 4 represented. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll with I'm gonna desolate one of those elves unless somebody wants to do something about it.
Nope.
Desolate elf. Okay, I don't do anything about it. So he gets it.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and put up this dwarf for bid. I'm not gonna bid anything.
I'll bid 1.
I'll do the standard one.
What are these?
2. All right, chill.
I got 7.
Got 10.
5.
There it is. Okay,
That's
so
power
he gets
play.
the dwarf. All right. Now, yikes! How many cards do you have in your hand?
I've got 5.
All right, we'll let that go then. Okay, then let's go ahead and put up.
Decisions.
Wow, I have a play that's like I'm gonna do it.
It's the same play I was trying to make.
Orc up for bid. I'm gonna bid nothing.
So he's going down that path again. Ryan, if he gets an orc, wins right now,
Right.
by the way. So it's on the table.
How many cards do you have, Casey?
I have 4 cards.
Dash has 5. Looks like.
Yes.
Man, this is a tough one.
I'm just gonna tell you guys because the point of this is that you learn. The only thing I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get people to liquidate their hands to give me an advantage, assuming we make it past this turn. Because I was sitting on like 2 cards a turn or 2 ago, and I have no clans. So my whole strategy here is I just want to get this guy to get rid of cards or someone else to get rid of a lot of cards to avoid losing the game right now. That's like my whole plan.
Okay. I'm gonna bid 3.
Ooh, Sam, why do you risk it like this? Why do you force me to do this just so we can lose? Yep, can do 3.
The other advantage
I'll do
too.
3.
The other advantage to this is now I get to see 3 of all of their hands.
That's actually.
So if I'm smart, which I'm not, I could remember all 9 of these cards with us. All right, go ahead.
So I bid 9.
11.
And
Not 11.
8.
So 11 takes it.
11 takes it.
But he actually wanted an orc. I mean, he paid a lot for it, but he also is now 1 clan away from winning.
Right.
So,
So he's in the same boat as
So now I want to play Sabotage.
Yeah.
we thought that might be coming.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
All right.
Just in case.
I think that's a smart move.
All right. I see. So, okay. I have to point this out. Remember how I was just talking about if I remembered all 9 cards? I didn't even look at these 2 guys' cards, which was stupid. Because that was like half my strategy there. Okay, now let's put an elf up for bid. I'm gonna bid. I'll bid 1.
This game, I saw someone type, the game is more profound than I thought. Yes. See, there's
Yes.
a lot of calculations that are packed into this.
The thing about this game that struck me is when I played it for the first time, I was like, there's 52 cards. It's kind of a trading card game, but if everyone has the same cards, I don't get it. Seems really surface level. I was like, this is going to be like a really simple, like, let's take turns and someone's going to win after a few turns. But then I played it and I was like, holy shit. Like, there's so much, like, treachery going on and more importantly, as I've said a million times, I'm going to continue to say it, seeing other people's cards adds a whole level of skill to this game that is not present in pretty much any other game except for poker. Right? When you like are sitting at a table with people for hours, I play a lot of poker and somebody's bluffing a lot. You need to remember that. Those kinds of things, those are elements that play a factor in this game, unlike every other card game I've ever played, at least. Anyway, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, so no bid for me.
Okay, so you just put up an elf. That's all that's happening right now.
And then 1 card for bid.
Okay, 1 card for bid.
Yeah, I'll do 1.
I pass.
Alright, I have a negotiations. So you have 1 day. Alright. Okay, so now I have 1 plan. I'm in the game. Alright. And I'm gonna end my turn. Draw 2.
I'll draw my 1.
Alrighty. Ryan, you're up, man.
Are sabotages response cards?
Sabotages are response cards.
Okay.
Their responses to somebody winning the bid, though.
But so you can't like reversal them or anything.
No.
No.
No, there's response and influence though, which is in all. So all cards are influence. So an interesting play. This is in our FAQ. You can bid a sabotage, lose the bid, get your sabotage back, and play it. That's a very
interesting.
niche play, but
Yeah.
it can be done. One play that I've never seen before until my brother AJ did it, but I thought was actually really clever, was he would bid things like peace, knowing he would lose, but as a signal to the table to be like, I have an all-purpose counter, don't target me with my
Don't
thievery
do
or stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
So there's some interesting metas that the different people experiment with.
Yeah.
Okay, so you won that.
So now,
And Ryan's turn now.
now it's my turn. So I'm gonna play a thievery on.
You can ask how many cards we have. I've got nothing.
Oh,
you wouldn't
I've
want
got
these
4.
at all.
You got 2. How many do you have, Casey?
I have 5.
He has the most.
That one.
So that
This
means
one
I
right
have
here. This
that
one.
means that I have the most opportunities to counter you, is what they're trying to say.
Nope. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Is that
saying is he has the most
the
cards.
juice
See, that's another trade-off. Most options, but the highest chance to counter. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have nothing of value. I'm actually trying to be honest here.
Oh man, I think.
I'll tell you this: if you do it to me, I will counter you. Promise.
Okay, deal.
Pinky promise.
I'm actually gonna go with Dash on this one.
I'm also gonna reveal how little I have in my hand by playing this as well. So I'm gonna get that thievery.
Okay.
And hey, guess what card you just got, dude? Have fun with Change of Fate.
Perfect.
I mean, that's not a bad card, but
that's-
the Thievery is a good one to take.
Thievery is a much better one.
Thievery is good. Thievery is just brutal in friggin' 2-player.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, now I want to play a Desolate on your Orc.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys want to
I'm
step
not
in,
gonna
I know
make
you
any
can't do
plans.
that.
Look at all those cards. Look at all those
Yeah.
clan cards. Come on,
Ooh,
guys.
actually,
Don't look at my clan cards. Look at his clan cards.
I'm not gonna do anything, Sam. You're up.
You have how many in your hand?
I've
He's got
got
4.
4.
So you would get the orc, you would put it up. So what I'm trying to do is play, it's sort of like chess too, where you're trying to think a few moves ahead, right? So what I'm thinking, I'm just going to think out loud. So he desolates the orc, gets it in his hand. He then puts the orc up for bid. He has 4 cards that he can bid maximum onto that in order to win the game. Because again, if he gets the orc, it's game over. Yeah, I'm going to let it go through.
Okay.
Orc goes into his hand.
Alright. Pressure's on. If he has a negotiation. Oh, gosh.
Now I'm gonna play Change of Fate. Does anyone
Interesting.
do anything?
I will tactical reversal that.
Okay. And then I can discard up to 2 more, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll discard 2 humans.
It might be Vince, after this might be worthwhile too, just to take like a quick couple-minute break. We'll announce the prize and also just send this out on Twitter, on Facebook, give
Yeah.
anyone who wants to hop in a chance
Yep.
to join in with us.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to thievery on Casey.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let it go through.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Did you have a fucking negotiations?
I didn't, but I had a card that's gonna give him card.
I just
advantage.
realized if you did, we might have just given the game.
Well,
up.
I have a card that could be worse.
Oh shit! I know exactly what you have.
Yeah.
And it might be the card that I was counting on, and the reason why I didn't counter is sabotage.
So that's gonna potentially be really rough.
Oh shit!
All right, what's he gonna take? Pressure's on.
He doesn't have to show us, right?
Ooh, actually, I just realized he has 2 really good options on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah. This is gonna be tough.
He doesn't have to show us what he took.
Yeah, that makes sense. He doesn't have to show us.
But
But
now,
you know what he took, and you can tell us.
Could tell us.
Well, I'll tell you because now I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play a conquest for Casey's at work.
So this is for the win.
So this is for the win.
So if you guys have counters, now is your time.
Dash.
I got nothing. Sorry, Falcon.
I have nothing.
Peace.
Okay, yeah, we needed that. Otherwise, it would have been game over.
Game over. Didn't want to use that there, Casey.
To jump in to protect me.
He could be lying, and he had a counter, but he was
fuck.
counting on you to counter.
That would be so ballsy, though.
That would
Like,
be
think about the fucking brass ones you'd have to have or something like that.
Yeah, that would be
Like, I'm gonna take a gamble.
great.
Oh, I lost.
Now I'm gonna play a change of fate.
Oh my god, again.
You do anything?
No.
I would counter that. Yeah, anything that he plays at this point that we can
Yeah,
counter, I feel like
this
we
guy
have
needs
to.
stop.
Because this is getting into danger territory.
This has been bad.
Okay, and then
Here comes the
I'm
order.
just gonna risk it, play that work, and bid my hand.
2 down. Oh, dude, I don't have much.
I don't got much either. I mean,
Bid
I'll
what
go,
you
I'll
can,
get everything. I don't think it's gonna win.
You have 2 showing. You have 2 showing, +1, +3. and
Don't
I have
count on
1
either of us
showing.
taking it.
Yeah.
I just don't have much, and I'm wondering if it's worth even showing. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. Huh?
Well, if they win, they win.
But we won't know if you were bluffing.
Oh, you know,
Ryan did a
I'll
good
Put
job
down
of setting
your
up
cards,
that.
you
I'll put
dingus.
2 down.
Ryan did a good job of setting up that combo that
Yeah,
trade.
he
He
did.
kind of
All
was
right, let's
milking
see
at the
him. What do
cards.
you got?
I've got
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
9, 10.
I got 5, 6, 7, 8.
I have 5, 6, 7.
So the question is that a sabotage?
Yes, it is.
Oh, he had the sabotage.
Oh, wait. What did you put your hand back down? I want to see. All right. Dash, you had thievery.
Mhm.
Nothing important here to see.
Notice I'm
Nothing
trying
to
to be
see here.
good.
Nothing to see here, folks.
All right, got
Nothing
it.
to see here. All right, so that was clutch. So Ryan loses his cards,
God,
but
I just, like all the combo cards I was holding on to, I just had to use them. It's
so that then
bail us
goes
out.
to Sam.
All right, and that's on my turn.
All right.
All right, the battle rages on. That was close.
Fuck.
Sam, move up your clan cards.
Move up my clan cards. Like that.
There you go.
All right. Start of my turn.
I should point this into. You have an outlet in there?
No, I'm sure there's one.
Oh, over there. Got plenty. If we
Yeah,
can
during the
reach.
break, we'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm gonna arcane insight then, unless anyone wants to
No,
stop
go
me.
for it.
I'm gonna arcane insight again, unless anyone wants to stop me.
How many cards do you have?
2.
That's fine.
Hey, I don't have anything bad here.
I'm gonna start shuffling these.
Let's keep in mind you had a thievery too.
Have you guys seen? Hey, could show them the card back. 'Cause these things are rad. Can they see that?
Yeah, keep it. Or hold it upside down. Like flip it. There you go. Yeah.
For anyone who hasn't viewed these,
They are pretty nice.
Simple, elegant, very nice.
these are fun. Oh, also, just as an announcement, first, you've heard it first here. So our votes are officially in as of noon today. So everyone got to vote on what our next alternative art was going to be. And Elf has won. So we are going to be doing an alternative art for the Elf. So stay tuned. Our artist has the specs.
Does that mean that they're gonna come? Like, are you gonna split it 2 and 2, or how does that work?
So yeah, each of the alternative arts that are going to be 2 copies of. So for the first one, it's Sabotage. They're going to get 2. You have 2 copies of the Sabotage. For this one, it's going to be 2 copies of Elf, and they'll be able. All of these alternative arts will be interchangeable in the game, right?
So
You're
you'll
still
give them a
keeping-
couple copies and 4 regulars as well.
Yeah, they'll get. So you'll always get your core 52 cards, and then these are just extras. So right now you're getting your core 52 plus 2 Sabotages, and now plus 2 alternative Elf art cards.
Nice.
And we're gonna have those sketches together in probably the next couple weeks. We have something really cool for this one planned, so stay tuned.
All right. I'm gonna play thievery against you.
Do
Unless
it.
anyone's gonna counter me.
Do it.
No, that is really a rough theory.
Didn't you just have a rough thievery like a turn ago too?
Yes, I've been getting a lot of rough thieveries played against me. It's been a tough life.
Have you found that in 4-player games like this, that people gang up on each other? Is that a thing?
I mean, I think that it makes sense, right? That when someone's about to win, just like in a lot of games, like if you're playing, you know, playing Risk, right? Someone's about to win, you kind of see people are going to try to prevent them from winning.
Sure. But I mean, like, more like in the middle of the game. Like right now, there's not somebody who's about to win this game. Have you ever noticed in a playthrough where like me and Ryan go like, fuck Dash, like let's just
Typically not. I mean, it depends on the type of players, right? I think some people just gaming personas in general are more like vindictive. Like, you messed me over last game, like I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
But if you play with people that are kind of more like into the love of the strategy and the tactics, which I would say kind of is the vibe I get from this group, people are typically trying to maximize their own chances of winning at all times.
Got it.
So.
All right.
All right, so you stole... Oh, actually, I don't know what you stole. I thought you were going to steal something else.
He didn't know his cards too well.
I'm so surprised by what you stole that I didn't even remember what you took.
All right, let me think about my turn here for a second. I may be able to win. That'd be nice,
Ooh.
wouldn't it?
Oh,
Great.
that's a pretty bold. That's a pretty
Swagger.
bold thing, man. And you got 2 clans showing up there.
Confidence.
It's going to be like combo based, so I'm trying to get the rules
You do
down.
love combo
in my
management section. Okay.
My computer might be going on any minute here.
No, it's not
We can. I mean, yeah, we'll plug you in after this game.
Yeah, it's all good.
There's tons of outlets. How long is your cable? Because there's also one over there.
It's really short, unfortunately.
really short.
So we don't need this. I mean, it's not...
No, technically we don't. It's just nice that you can check down at the chat.
I can just look down the chat.
But you can also get a phone though.
Yeah,
Just same
I got this here.
Yeah.
I think all the sabotages have been played. This is just like, oh.
This is where that notepad comes in handy, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I have a notepad in my bag. Oh my god.
I mean, you want a slip of paper?
Do I want to be a piece of shit?
After your whole proclamation against right
We're gonna bid on an orc.
We're gonna bid on an orc.
That we are. We're bidding on the orc.
Okay. So.
And because he's stated that he's going to be winning, I'm assuming that we're all going to now try to make sure that's not the case.
And I'm only gonna put down 2 of my cards.
I'm
Think
gonna
about
put
that,
down
folks. Think about it for a bit. What can they be that's gonna guarantee me the win almost?
Okay, I just put 1 card down.
You have 3 showing, you put 2 down.
So
I
1,
have
2, 3, 4 points
So yeah,
towards
4
my bid right
plus
now,
2.
and then whatever these 2 cards are.
Whatever these 2 cards are. I don't think I can. I can't let him win. So hold on. How is he going to win? So if he wins this orc, let's say he wins the orc, then he still needs
An elf.
an
So
elf.
then he's got to have a conquest.
He has to have a conquest.
And he knows what Casey's hand is.
And he knows that Casey can't stop him. But the question
he
is,
doesn't
could
know
we?
if we. Yeah.
Okay. So well, with that knowledge, I'm going all in. I got 3 down.
Okay.
Nothing for me.
I win it then, I think.
Yep,
Negotiations.
that is
tactical
strong.
push.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10.
I just have 5.
Or 8, 9, yeah.
So I've got the orc.
And now, wait, hold on. Let me guess before you even do it. How could he win? Well, the only way he can win from this position right here has to be a conquest.
Yes.
So that must be what is in the sand.
It's a conquest.
And so who are you targeting? Ryan. And I don't have the
I don't
camera,
have
which he
anything
knows.
either. Nope.
I don't have a counter.
That's
Got
it.
it.
All right.
That's 2
well
in a
played.
row for the newcomer, dude.
Yeah, Dad is a pro at this.
It's good. It's fun. Easy to pick up,
Son
folks.
of a bitch.
Oh man! All right.
I
awesome.
had a strategy and it just didn't work. All right.
All right. So we're probably gonna run a few more games. We might try some different. We'll discuss this in a minute. What we're gonna do is Vince that laser carved keychain.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and get that running.
All right,
I'll
so
go ahead and plug in my stuff here.
is the same keyword? Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me.
Exclamation Arkon.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see,
So
go
we're
ahead.
running giveaway.
So go ahead and put exclamation Arkon in the chat, guys, if you want a chance to win the laser engraved keychain that is very short.
That's not gonna work, is it?
Wait, no, it might. That's actually not untangle it, but we might be able to make that work. Hold on.
There's gotta be extension cords around here somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, Vince, you have an extension cord somewhere?
I
can check
I have no idea.
I'm sure there's some in the closet. Hold on. I'm coming behind you. Let's see.
All right, the entries are coming in.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we should probably have something where if they win something that they don't win again.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Doomsday, it's excluding you from the.
Yeah, Doomsday
entries.
can't win again.
We can't give all of us a win.
Unfortunately.
All right. And the good news is for everyone who's stuck with us, we as of right now only have 12 people, so your chances of winning stuff is pretty dang good.
Yeah. Just put it under the table.
Yeah.
But where can they check out the game?
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. We'll have a link for you.
And where can they follow in terms of like social media, that kind of stuff, get updates, other than...
Yeah, so handles are at Arkon Game for everything. So essentially, if you're trying to find us on Twitter, at Arkon Game, Instagram, Facebook, website is arkongame.com. If you type in Arkon, you'll be able to find us on Kickstarter. So we're in a lot of places.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. You guys have those.
Okay, cool. We're gonna roll for the giveaway.
Anybody hold this up for a moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you guys.
Yeah,
I'd like
I'd
to look
like
at
to
your game.
I got you.
All right, so it Stings LD
Just want to stretch my legs.
is the winner.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
So Vince is going to go ahead and grab your info, and we will get you an epic laser engraved chain. I'm stoked for that. You'll be receiving the very first one we're making. So
This is a keychain, right?
yeah, it's going to be a
Okay.
keychain.
Um,
Arkon keychain.
and this is by the same dude who's doing the box.
Yes, correct. By the
Yeah.
same person who does the laser engravings. So we're going to be giving away a few more things, and one of those is actually going to be some of the original prototype lids. If you want to see what these look like, you can actually go on the Kickstarter page and scroll down. Those are what we're giving away, is those lids. So they're super cool. We're continuing to just tinker and refine to get it just perfect on the lid. So we've been going through a number of iterations, different wood types, modifying the file just to make sure it's super crisp all around. But that's about as one of a kind as you'll get, is the original prototypes we have there. So hopefully you'll enjoy those.
All right.
We only have, so that's going to also be a giveaway. We have two that we're going to be giving away. So we're going to have two different lids that we'll give away during the course of this viewing.
Cool. I'm gonna just mute the mic and then go to an overlay. Or do you want to keep talking about the game, or?
I think that we can take a quick intermission if people want to get in for that. That's no problem.
Yeah. So if anyone else has any questions, please chat them in, and Casey will get right to that. See you in a bit.
player. Let's
Is
take
the
her
order
back
shuffled
live.
up?
Okay, we're unmuted.
Unmuted. Great.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're about to get set up for a 3-player. I'm going to sit out this one, and I am just going to observe. You'll notice that as the founder of this game, I have lost every game we played so far. All right. Meanwhile, Dash has a secret calling as
seriously.
a competitive card game player.
I've been
And he's
working
cool.
for whatever I was best at, and I guess this is it.
So he's a professional Arkon player now.
Oh, yeah.
He's
sponsors.
Yeah, can I get a sponsorship for
Racer.
this game right now?
Red Bull, if you're listening.
Ooh.
How many for each person?
5.
5.
5 for each player.
3, 4, 5.
All right, back. I'm going to be running chat and commenting.
Oh.
This will be a 3-player game.
Beautiful.
Sweet Jesus.
All right, so this time around, guys, Casey is paying closer attention to the chat, so we're going to keep this game moving without him. So if you have questions for Casey, he's monitoring the chat, so just type them in. He can answer you live, which is always nice.
This is like sketching me out.
All right. Dash, I guess you start because you won, yeah?
Alright, starting
So-
off. Jeez, this is actually a little tricky how I'm going to start this because my hand is
Oh,
awkward.
let me guess, can you win? Is that...
I think I've got a winning play right now.
Just ready to go.
Dick.
We're gonna bid on this lovely dwarf here.
Straight to the bid, huh?
Straight to the bidding, folks. Putting down these two little fellows.
I hate you so much. Alright, Alright, I'll put 2 in.
I'll pass.
Okay.
I have 6.
7.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright.
I got a dwarf.
A derf.
I've always wanted a dwarf. There we go.
Oh yeah, Sam Martin's in the chat.
Martin is?
Do you
Martin,
remember-
get out.
Do you remember his username?
No.
It's Christian Butts.
Great.
Like, freaking-
Martin. Jesus.
All right. And I'm good for now, folks. We're good
for now.
here.
Alright, it's on me. Oh, you draw. Draw 2.
Oh yeah, we're good here. Nice.
Alright. So my turn. I always play a certain way, and I'm gonna try to play differently and see how it works out for me. So I'm gonna just play aggressive. I'm gonna conquest your dwarf. Unless somebody wants to
A
counter.
dwarf.
Counter, no?
I won't counter, but I'll tactical reversal.
Okay.
So I get a card from your hand, right?
Yeah, I random, yeah.
Ooh.
Just shuffle these
Oh yeah. Oh.
because I put all my good cards on one side, so I just yeah. That's a good one. Damn it. Alright.
Taking that dwarf.
And then let's put a human up for bid. And I'm gonna bid 2 more. And I've got 2, 3 showing.
Bid 2. Oh, sorry.
I'll pass.
Okay. I've got 2, 3, 4.
5.
Damn it.
But you have a.
I have a
Got a
sabotage.
sabotage, yeah.
And an Arcane Insight. Pretty darn good.
You gonna sabotage it? Personally, I would save those for like game-winning plays, but I don't know. Don't take my human.
Nah, I'm gonna let it go. Alright. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Shouldn't have ended my turn, I just realized. Oh well, let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna play an Arcane Insight.
Cool. Go for it.
Have fun.
Go in peace, my son.
Let's see. I'll play a. I'll put a dwarf up for bid.
A dwarf. Is Sam gonna go for an old dwarf win here? We're about to find out, folks.
With 2.
2 up. Plus the 2 you're showing, so minimum of what, 4?
Yeah, but probably more.
I've
Unless
got
you bid
more.
0. 0
Unless you
value
bid
cards.
0 like I did the last time. Dash didn't buy.
Sometimes people do that.
I I was fully expecting to win that bid because I figured I would bluff out Dash. Didn't work though. Dash, what are you gonna bid? I'm gonna pass.
5.
7.
Okay. So in case anybody wants to see Elf and Dwarf.
Alright. Do you
I like-
find that people bid clan cards a lot? Because it's like kind of
I like
low
bidding them
risk?
because like if someone
Who
sees them, it's
cares?
like
yeah, that's my thing too.
and
I
they're
always do
worth
that.
And there are two, so they're
Yeah.
like slightly harder. I feel like 1 power cards are really just, they hurt. To bid a Change of Fate or to bid an Arcane
Yeah.
Insight just feels bad.
oh yeah,
It's just like, you feel that you're not getting the maximum utility.
All right.
Okay. I'm also gonna put an elf up for bid,
ooh.
and
Interesting.
I will bid 2 again.
I mean, you've already seen my dwarf and elf. Just in
So
case.
the thing is, would he have bid assuming that you were going to do that? Because he's got 3 showing. What did he bid last time? 7. So he
Yeah.
can't have 7 again. So he's got 2. He's got 2.
So I have 5 total.
You have 5 total, assuming that you're not lying. You have 3 showing and 2 down. I've got 1 showing. I just don't know if I can beat you. Yeah, so I'm not going to bid. All right.
Okay. Got 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
glad I
just
didn't
draining his
bid.
hand. All right. Have fun there.
Then I'll pass my turn.
Alright, people are slowly accumulating up the cards.
All right. Dash, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna change of fate.
Go for it.
Anyone gonna stop me?
Nope.
Cool. I'm gonna get rid of this dwarf. And that means I'm just gonna draw 2 from that.
Wait, you had a dwarf?
Yeah, you guys didn't
Do
know?
you have an elf as well?
Maybe. Speaking of, well, I could be cruel here, I suppose.
Vince, when we want to show cards to the we want to show it upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all bid for an elf today, folk.
Bidding for an elf.
Well, let's do our next giveaway maybe in a couple minutes. Maybe a little bit of
At the end of this game? Or
At the end of
this
the
one?
game. You should do it at the end of every game, I think.
Yeah, that works. So we'll do at the end of this game. Let's give away one of those lids. Those are gonna be rad.
Those are pretty rad.
Yeah.
You want to like link in a picture, or I don't.
Yeah, I can see if I could. Let's see if I have one on my computer.
Yeah,
They
let's let
also.
him take that. You bid 1.
What I'll do is I'll link them the Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
And in the Kickstarter page, they can
Just an elf. Who cares, right?
I'm gonna let it go.
see a whole bunch of them.
Alright,
I was
cool.
counting on you bid.
Got rid of my Desolate. I guess that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. All right.
And I get an elf.
You have 4 cards.
I've got 4.
Dash, you have 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it good, so I'm gonna take my 2 cards.
Draw your 2. I draw my 1. Alright. Holy shit. My hand is insane.
So I just wanted to point out, we a lot of times weren't taking second action phases, but I think last game I won on my second action phase because
Yes.
we bid on
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes. Then you did something. Yeah.
So it can.
I have
it's not
noticed though
worth
that like beginning players, myself included, kind of like forget about the second action phase, and they also forget that you can bid on more than one. Like you can put up more than one card per
I think
bid.
the second action phase is the combo phase.
It's the combo
It's
phase.
the wombo combo.
Well, and
Here it
also,
comes.
I've tried unsuccessfully a bunch of times to like throw out a clan card, get everyone to bid their cards, and then throw out the card I actually won
Ooh.
in an attempt to get people to throw away their cards. It hasn't worked, to be clear, but but that's also like something people forget.
And I do think too, like committing your cards and then getting them back off a lost bid then opens up new kind of pathways for you to play.
All right, so we all drew. It's my turn. I'm going to. Okay, let me think about this. So I've got 3, 6, 7. Okay, I'm gonna Arcane Insight unless somebody wants to do something.
Oh, tactical reversal.
Okay. And then that means I draw 2, which means I'm now at the cap in the hand. Holy shit, this hand is insane. Casey, can I just show you my hand? You can't.
Yes.
You can't react overtly though.
Okay, you
Because-
just said it was insane to everyone
It
at the
is
table,
insane.
but
Look at this.
It could be terrible.
It's all clans.
This is all dwarfs.
I have like nothing. This is like a fucked up hand.
I have
all
no
dwarf.
comment.
All right,
Dwarf hand.
all right, all right. I'm gonna thievery.
Sleeping Beauty.
How many cards do you have?
Why would
5.
you- why would
5.
you?
Let me see your hand.
You know it's just dwarfs. That's all I
It's
have.
all dwarfs. Let me see your
All the
hand.
cards slowly just turning into dwarfs.
All right. Ooh. Ooh, goddamn. All right. Oh my god, I have such a good idea.
Wombo combo.
Uh-oh.
Happens
This is
to you.
bad. This is bad for you, bud. I'm sorry. You wish I looked at Dash's hand. Alright, I'm gonna
Oh,
take
no.
this. Take that back.
Oh no.
I'm gonna thievery you again.
Oh no.
I'm gonna tactical reversal and just.
No,
Go ahead,
you're
take
sure
it.
you don't want to just counter it?
For double thievery, that's
I mean,
savage.
I could have, but I chose
Oh,
not to.
man.
I just.
That's
want
just a mean
thievery.
play.
Oh,
That's a
gosh.
bummer, dude. Take that back. Now I'm gonna thievery you again.
Go
You
for
just,
it.
You
Go
just
for it.
triple thievery him.
Alright, so now
Yeah,
you
but that
have a
means
useless
I have the only thievery left, and I know his hand is juicy.
Hold on, before I take a card, I just need to count mine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be my capped card.
Well, Sam's essentially clearly trying to win the entire game this turn, so
Okay.
stay tuned to see if he does.
Okay. Ooh, shit. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard choice. Alright, let's go ahead and take... Shoot, I didn't think this through properly. Alright, I'm gonna take this.
While Sam's taking a long turn, do you want to plug the artist? Or,
Alright. Elf. Elf is up for bid. I'm gonna bid... one... No, I'm gonna bid 1, 2... No, 1. Plus 2, 3.
Oh, I'll pass.
Now, if we don't bid, that means we don't draw a card?
No, you can still draw.
I mean, you all know I have this card. You all know I have both these cards, so why don't we just bid them?
Okay. I bet in negotiations, so I'm guessing I win it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thievery enough, like you guys know I
Alright.
have.
Okay, now let's go ahead and... Yeah, I didn't do this quite right. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna conquest Dash's human. Unless somebody wants to do something. It gives me your human. And
In the
you get a card.
play, I mean, I guess I gotta counter you with another conquest.
Okay. Now
I don't want him to wombo us, man. I don't want to wombo us here.
Shoot. Oh, I had a... Damn it, but I'm already in my action phase. Okay.
You can take out your Dragon Blade. I don't want that. Rosario, what's here, buddy?
I think I'm gonna pass my turn. I'm gonna pass my turn.
You just dodged the bullet. We don't even know it.
Alright, so the triple thievery was not able to take the game immediately.
Not immediately.
We'll have to see what happens.
Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna play an Arkon Insight.
Go for it. Go.
Now I'm gonna play a Thievery on a hand that I think is depleted of Thieveries, but may still have a piece.
You want to counter? I'm gonna piece.
Ooh.
You're not getting
Pieced
in here.
it.
You're not.
I know it's juicy. I have a fever. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
You're
I'm
not
gonna
getting
do
in.
it to you.
You're not getting in here, dude. Don't even try.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
This hand is sacred right now.
If you're thinking of taking something of mine, remember what he just did to you.
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
Guys, just try to let hand dash the third win. I mean, let's,
know,
let's
right?
try to have a little competition
Yeah.
here.
All right, I'll play a Change of Fate.
Go ahead.
Go for it. What did you discard?
An Orc.
And another change of fate?
No,
oh, no,
just an Orc.
You discarded an orc? Damn it.
And then play another Arkon Insight.
Go ahead.
Now that's a strategy I didn't even realize could be in this game, is that if you were far from winning, but someone needed a card from your hand desperately, like they say they needed an orc, and you had an orc, you could discard it and be like, if you want to see that card again, it's got to get to the bottom of this,
Right.
flip over, and restart it.
Especially if you're sitting on, like, let's say he had
Yeah,
one in
if
his
you have,
hand
like,
and he discarded one. You know there's only 2 left.
Yeah,
and
then
maybe
you
one's
can-
on the board.
You can
right?
just ignore that guy.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if he has 3 of the clans, he's not getting the orc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that definitely can be a strategy. No, I mean, the way that the table moves again, too, like, as you guys will see, you move through the deck pretty quick.
Yeah.
So once
but
you
it still
show-
buys you a few turns.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, no,
For
definitely,
sure.
definitely something to consider.
Okay, I'm gonna play
An orc.
an Orc.
son of a bitch.
Uh,
With 1 down.
Could it be negotiations?
How many
I'm
negotiations are
I'm
there?
real
4?
screwed. There's 2.
There's 4 of every
Oh.
card in the deck,
Except for.
except for Peace, 2 copies, Sabotage, 2 copies.
Okay.
So there's 4 negotiations.
I hate negotiations.
I've got 2
Negotiations
up.
does foil.
Oh boy.
Those spoil plans.
I'm gonna bid. Yeah, I'm gonna bid 3.
I'm gonna bid 3 as well.
Oh, sorry, I should have let you do it first.
Yeah, it's all good.
Doesn't matter.
I wouldn't have
Alright,
changed
show
my opinion here.
It's 7.
7. I bid a negotiations, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, I have 8,
So,
so you got it.
that's yours.
That's mine.
And then I'm going to pass my turn.
Oh, 2, yeah.
Yeah, and then I go.
I'll just start shuffling this.
Thank
Although you might have to shuffle in whatever people discard,
What? Oh,
like whatever gets played.
I'm okay with it not being perfect.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So my turn, right?
Yep.
Let's see if we can get away with. Ooh, this is really tough play.
Vince, how am I doing on framing on my clans?
You're great.
Cool.
Yeah,
Just want to make sure.
Should I try for the wombo again?
Yes. Right? I mean, if you can win, you should try to win. How'd you come up with the bidding system?
You know, the bidding system was invented. Originally, it wasn't in the game. It was just multi-use cards, and what we found was it felt like it was lacking interaction. Like that was the major thing when people were playing around. It was a conventional resource kind of system, and it didn't like we were trying to think of like how can we get people involved.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the mechanics end up being like everyone drawing every turn. That's why
Yeah.
we did that. The bidding system was created again so that like every single turn you're engaged on every player stuff. So it was more of like an interactive
That's
system.
nice.
Okay, let's just have fun here.
Oh.
I've already got enough wins under my belt. Let's make it interesting.
There's
Uh,
confidence.
Let's go for some weird. Sam, shifting alliances. You.
That's switches.
Yep. And then we each give each other, or take from each other, the amount of cards that were taken from us.
So you
From
would
the
give me
hands.
3, I would give you 2. Right.
Right.
And
Or I take from your
they're
hand.
random, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna let it go through you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Here are your human and elf. Give me these delicious orc, elf, dwarf.
Alright. Take 2.
Damn it. Give me those two guys. And
Damn
you
it.
take 3.
Give me that one you're hiding over there. That
Oh,
one.
you did it. Well done. Well done.
You got like 2 really good cards from him, but then he got 2
Yeah.
superior cards from
Oh,
you.
damn, I did get some good cards. But you got a good one too.
Oh,
Stacked
yeah.
up well.
Let's see. It was not. See, I was hoping you'd have a conquest. And then I could just.
Yeah.
And then go for the win right like that.
Yeah.
Because, I would have won for the human.
Yeah.
I was just hoping through all of his card exchanges. And then I was like, but if he doesn't take the thievery, then I have another chance to
Right.
find a conquest.
Right.
That would have been a good play.
That was almost a good play. Congratulations.
I'm still going to go for the win because that's just. No. First off, Arcane Insight. Anyone going to stop me?
Nope.
Cool. Give me them 2 cards. Negotiations.
Wait, is Dash winning again?
I'm getting.
He's
I'm
trying to
close.
win right now. We'll see.
We're going to bid for a human, which would be my win.
Which would be a win for you, right?
And I'm putting 4 cards in.
Oh, he's all in.
See what we got, guys. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4
I'm
cards.
not gonna bid.
So it's on me.
Yes, it
on
is.
You put down 4 face down?
4 face down, my entire hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm bidding 5, and I have 4 cards here.
So I think I just gotta go full hand.
Yeah, I think you do. Alright, what do you got?
The negotiations in here.
I don't really care because you bid your whole hand, and I have both sabotages.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
So after you play that, you win him. Congratulations. I sabotage it.
Alright.
So he gets these cards back, just to slow down what he did. So he gets these cards back, and then he bid his entire hand. So this is kind of a crafty play. Now he has the chance to play a response, forcing him to pay 3 more. He can't because he bid out his entire hand, and so he takes it.
Wait, so he takes the orc?
No,
So
I take the human. I win.
Or he
So
takes-
can I piece his sabotage?
No,
Why not?
It's a response.
because it's a response. This can only be played in response to an action card.
Ah, fuck. Well, that was the plan. That failed.
Yeah,
That's
see
good.
Sam holding your thing every
Yeah.
time and making other people.
Well,
play your
I
game
counted
for
on the
ya.
piece working. I actually figured you had a sabotage because you took it from me. So I knew you had a sabotage. I thought piece worked in response to sabotage.
Nope.
Yeah. I didn't realize you had 2 though, so it wouldn't have even mattered.
Well, I couldn't have.
was
I couldn't have
tense.
double sabotaged it. I think because once it was resolved, it would have been resolved.
Oh, okay.
If
Alright,
peace had
Vince, let's give away one of our prototype lids.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Exclamation Arkon in the chat.
Should I take a break from next game, guys? Should
Fuck,
I get another cup
fuck
of
you.
coffee?
I want a piece of one-on-one with you at some point too.
Yeah, I mean, let's do. Some people were asking for 2-player. I say
Yeah.
let's get that.
I
rolling.
want a piece of Dashel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's have you guys. Let's have you guys go.
Alright.
Alright. Everyone, if you want to enter the giveaway, do exclamation mark Arkon in the
Did you
chat.
type it in the chat so they know?
Yeah. I'll
And
sorry.
this is for the what?
This is for a prototype lid, so these are pretty cool. So for our designer tier, which you can see if you go on our Kickstarter page, we're making people custom boxes. So as we've been going through iterations and improving and refining these files to make them just perfect, we have some earlier prototypes of some of the originals that we did, which is what you can see if you actually go to the page. So we are going to give away 2 of those.
But we're starting with 1, right?
So we're starting with 1.
Okay. You know what we should do? This is fucked up. No, we shouldn't do this because I know how it would go. I was gonna say for the second box, we should make them bet on who's gonna win the one-on-one, and then only the people who bet correctly can be entered for the contest. The problem is everybody's gonna fucking bet on Dashel, so never mind. And you know what? I wouldn't recommend you bet on me anyway.
Well, right now we only have 4 submissions, so we're looking at a 25% win rate.
Hold on, let me text my girlfriend real quick and tell her off on chat.
Yeah, can I enter it on these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Twitch app too. So.
Yeah, let's hold on now. All right.
We'll keep this open for maybe just, like another minute, and then whoever's in is in.
Well, maybe the one-on-one will be fast. Should we do it after that, or?
I mean, yeah, there's no reason we have to rush through it. We can wait for a little while if you want. It's no big deal.
It's
up to you.
whatever.
It's your box, man.
The artist? Are you allowed to? You want to do that?
Yeah, artists. So we
Let's
have
do some shout-outs whill Sam and I ruin each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna
ruin
need
our long friendship.
we have a
we've had
number.
for
We have a
years.
number of artists. So the one who's responsible for these awesome card backs, who is our cartographer, is Francesca Bayard. Hopefully I'm saying her last name correctly. And this image that you see on the back of the cards is the image that is being laser engraved into. Yeah, hold it up for him, Sam. That's what's being laser engraved into the boxes.
Yeah.
Sam, heads or tails, call it.
Heads.
You got it.
All right.
All right, so they're starting with 5 cards.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, you're right. Looking at my hand, like immediately, it's like a completely different thing. Because I'm like looking at this and I'm like, oh, I might sit on these cards for a while, but that's like such a risky thing in 1v1. Like in 4-player, you have so much more time. I
You
feel
don't
like
love those wombos.
to set up
You don't want to sit on
wombos.
your cards.
Yeah.
But
No,
in
it's
1v1, it's like he can play a thievery first hand, and it just screws everything up. Like
Yeah,
Alright.
everything is. Be careful on
I
it.
think 1v1's gonna be counter heavy.
yeah, it's gonna be brutal.
It's like no matter what they play, you just want to counter it.
all right. Well, I'm gonna start with a thievery on you, Dash.
You. You're gonna be so happy when you see
All
this
right.
hand. Hold on.
I just want to also mention I love the
everyone.
art on thievery. Just can we just take a look at that?
Forward.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Because I can't reach.
And in case anyone's paying attention, I just want them to see what hand I had.
Ooh, Dash. That's a bummer, man.
Yeah, look at this card art. It's pretty amazing.
The question is, which one of these do I want?
You don't want an elf for an orc?
Our main
No.
artist, the
You
one
change
who's
your
responsible
fates.
for that card piece, Joshua Kairos, also does work for Lord of the Rings TCG. Also does work for Game of Thrones TCG. Some pretty cool brands. So
Legit work.
Ooh, fuck. Ooh.
He's looking at a negotiations and a sabotage I had in my opening hand. So.
Oh god. All right. I think I'm gonna let you keep the sabotage.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's easy to play around, right?
Yeah.
You know it's there.
Because I know it's there. All right. Go ahead. I draw. Oh, I only draw one because I didn't put anything on for
That's
dead.
you're not betting anything.
I don't
Okay.
have anything for dead.
Okay, and then I draw one as well.
Yep.
All right.
you guys are now going to get to see how the 2-player dynamics flow. Typically, just so you guys know, 2 players pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
Normally this is like a 15 minutes or less kind of game in most situations.
I'm gonna change of fate, and I'm gonna. You gonna do anything? Change of fate. Gonna get rid of the tactical reversal. So I'm gonna draw 2, or draw 2.
So let me just ask you on that note, Dash.
Mhm.
With Change of Fate, you have an opportunity. If you're not familiar with the cards, you have an opportunity with Change of Fate to discard cards and basically cycle your cards, right? Discard cards you
You
don't
can
want.
discard up to 2.
Up to 2, right? I'm curious. Is your thought, because I know you have a sabotage,
Right.
Did it occur to you to maybe discard the sabotage because I know you have it, or are you just thinking that it's strong enough as it is?
I like keeping sabotage just so I know you have one. Just to worry you.
I was just curious.
Because now anytime you bid anything,
I
you
have
have to
hand,
withhold 3, so I can at least do a little bit of reduction in thinking what you bid.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's just I didn't want to get rid of a sabotage.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just curious.
Now we're gonna bid on a dwarf,
A dwarf. All
and
right.
I'm gonna just bid.
So this is another thing that's interesting. I just want to point this out because this is happening. So he put up the dwarf for bid. He has to bid first, and that's actually a big deal because if you're sitting in my seat, he knows I have negotiations, right? If I had to bid first, he would be able to suss out with relative accuracy, assuming how good I am at bluffing, whether or not I put that negotiations up for bid. But the fact that he has to bid first allows me to react to him. If he only puts 1 card down, I took his negotiations. Unless he top decked the negotiations, which I doubt, then I can beat him with 1 card.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm hoping he also kind of gets rid of that early, because
Yeah.
then I don't want to have to deal with that.
But I'm just saying that the order, it's a lot like in poker, the order that players have to play in matters a lot.
So
when it
I'm
comes
kind
to
of
this kind
hoping to
thing.
get rid of more of your cards. So I'm going to try to scare you with putting down 2 cards.
So it could be more than
because
Yeah.
right now, I
you
have
2.
6.
Yeah. In theory, you have 6. But a negotiations would beat 6. So the
Sure.
question is, do you
I
have...
at least get rid of your negotiations, unless you want to sacrifice a bunch of your hand.
Here's a question, Casey.
Yes.
1v1. If I don't bid anything, he still has to discard those 2 cards.
That's right.
And I don't risk anything and I don't have to show him a card, and I don't risk anything in the process.
That's correct.
That's interesting. And that would leave him with 2 cards, Dash. You have 2 there, but you would draw 2 more, so you'd have 4 cards and a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, are those 2 cards worth more? I think they are. I think I'm gonna let that go.
Okay.
So go ahead and discard those 2. What'd you have? I'm just curious.
Elf and Orc.
Okay, so I could have won with the negotiations.
Yep.
All right.
I get the dwarf. Yep. Gonna draw 2.
All right. And I'm gonna draw 1, and now it's my turn. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and thievery right off the bat.
Okay. You want the
Oh,
sabotage?
Jesus. Yeah, I guess I should take the sabotage. Damn it.
I mean, I can beat a sabotage pretty easy. I mean, you're gonna bid and get a card, but I'm probably just gonna let you have it. Do whatever you want.
Let me take that.
I mean, if you take a Desolate, it's kind of stupid, just saying, because I have a Desolate.
Yeah, I'll take the sabotage.
Great.
All right, I'll take the sabotage.
How many cards you got in your hand?
I have 3, 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and put. All right.
Decisions.
Let me think. If you had 2 sabotages or desolates.
Sure.
You did.
Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Totally. I did. I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, I
I
know.
have 2. I will show them to you. I
He
don't
has
care.
2
at this point.
desolates. He had 2 desolates. He had an orc. And then I took his sabotage. You have 3 cards. So 2 desolates and an orc. Guarantees me a card. Okay, I'm gonna play a desolate on your dwarf. Unless you counter it.
Nah, take it.
Okay.
Goes in your hand.
Okay.
I need that meme, Vince, where there's like the numbers floating
Now let's
around.
put that
Have
up.
you seen
Yeah.
that one? Just like-
Yeah.
Are you gonna bid?
Yeah, we're gonna put the dwarf up, and I'm gonna bid. So that means you have a sabotage and an orc, which means you have 5 in your hand. So then all I have to do is bid 6, right, to win the card. So I'm gonna bid. Let's take these 3.
Okay. I'm just gonna bid the 1.
Okay, I have 5.
Okay. 3. All yours.
I threw a piece in there as a bluff, and also the sabotage because he knew I had it, which are 2 high-value cards to be clear. Now I'm going to put another dwarf up for bid, and I'm going to bid 1 card.
Interesting.
Same one.
Okay, that's the negotiations. So let's get rid of that. Let's take the dwarf, and then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
Go ahead and draw. Okay.
I'm gonna desolate one of your dwarves. Can you do anything about it?
I'm gonna tactical reversal it.
Okay, so you get it.
Yep.
Goes in my hand.
Yep.
We're gonna bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna put down 1.
I'm gonna put down 1 as well.
5. I get 3.
You get it, yeah. But you have to discard the desolate.
Okay, I'm gonna. No, that would be a fun play, but I'm not gonna do it. Well, I was thinking if I had more cards and didn't want to just thin my hand out too much, I could do something. Okay, but I'm not.
Draw
My
two.
turn. Draw 2.
Okay.
Tense calculation is happening.
Yeah. It's getting gnarly over here.
Dwarf v dwarf.
Let's start with a thievery.
Oh man.
This is the third thievery of the game.
All right.
Ooh,
I'll
interesting.
move it up into the camera frame.
Let's go ahead and take. Ooh, shit. Dwarf orc.
And unless you're going for full dwarf, I don't think conquest is too valuable.
Yeah.
Shifting Legends is just fun. That's what I was thinking about playing last time, just to switch up our hands.
Yeah, just to fuck.
But then
with
I
it.
would lose a 3-bid card for
Yeah.
just switching up a little bit. I
Which,
would rather.
and for all you know, I've got like.
If I had like, if we both said like 3, then shifting alliances would be really
Would be
fun. Then it's like
gnarly.
giving your hand.
All right, I'm gonna take your.
Vince, how many entrants do we have? Do we still
I'm
only
gonna
have
take your
4?
orc.
Still 4.
All right, it's pretty good. 25% shot.
Okay, let's put the orc up for bid, and I'm gonna bid 1.
It's all yours.
Okay, that was a negotiation, so that was a good non-bid.
I mean, you knew what my hand was. No matter. I
That's
just
true.
knew I couldn't beat you.
I'm gonna desolate your dwarf.
So that goes in your hand.
Yep.
Take the dwarf.
And let's put up the dwarf.
Wait. Action phase.
Fuck. Damn it. Alright. I'm gonna draw to end the turn. There you go.
Sam was calculating all of that, guys. That was just the theatrics.
Damn
it. Let's move these up too. I think they'll be able to see
Oh, yeah.
a little better right there.
Yeah, I guess with 2-player we could play a little more in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many cards do you have dash for?
Yeah, I'd say Vince at the end of this, match, let's just give him like 60 more seconds and then let's do it. Let's just give it away.
Hmm.
So do you envision like a competitive gameplay of this? You're gonna conquest, which is what again? You get to keep it, but I get a card.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Thanks.
Damn it! I guess I am all in on dwarf. So for competitive gameplays, do you gameplay dash move your orc closer to the center?
Yeah.
Do you envision? You have to envision that it's gonna be played in sets, right? Like it's not just gonna be one game, winner take all.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the way that the game would probably scale or advance, is at least the way that I see it, is that you would add additional clans. So you have like your one central deck, but imagine that instead of having these 4 clans, there's 10 different clans you could choose from. And by combining those clans in different combinations into a deck, you could then have very different gameplay. Some of them can be, very aggressive, very tactical, and so you could create different combinations. And then, maybe you have like different phases that it goes through, like you're saying, kind of like a magic block. That's something I think we'll kind of continue to explore as we test it in that capacity.
So to be clear, that wasn't my question. My question was, in a competitive gameplay, if you were to hold an Arkon tournament,
Sure.
it wouldn't just be one game of one-on-one to determine a winner or a loser in that bracket.
Oh, no.
It would probably be a set of like best of 5 or something like that.
Yeah. Probably like best of 3.
Have you found that in best of 5s, best of 3s, because one of the challenges of competitive games in general, especially trading card games, is the element of luck, right? Is the element of like you drew. I know this is prevalent in Hearthstone because I play Hearthstone and it drives me fucking insane. But the idea that you can just like top deck a card and win the game, which admittedly is not nearly as easy in this game. One of the ways you counter that is by having multiple games played, right? It's sort of the same idea in sports, right? It's like in basketball, for a championship, you have to win a best of 7 series. The idea there is anyone can win 1 game of basketball, but can you win 5?
Right.
You probably, I would assume, envision this playing out the same way in a competitive.
Yes, I think so. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think we would test to find out what that number is and look at the
We're gonna bid on a human.
Okay.
different
I'm gonna
iterations
put up
there.
nothing.
You put up nothing.
So 3.
And if we tie, he gets it because he put it up.
Yes.
This is harder than it should be.
And then you gotta wonder what this is too.
Yeah.
Unless you remember, I don't know if I've kept or gained form since
Alright,
then.
I'm
I
gonna
drew.
Bid 2. There are 2 dwarves, which puts me at
4, so you get it.
Okay. Unless you're gonna do something.
Nope. Second action phase. Let's trade. And
Well,
I don't have to give you anything because I don't have any cards in
yeah,
my hand.
damn it. Good move. Good move. I completely forgot about that. I did see it
And
too.
then I get a card from your hand.
Damn it.
Shifting Alliances.
Ooh.
Very
Ooh.
useful. I emptied my hand on purpose.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
Woo! You saw that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Sid
god. Finally catches a break.
All right, we're gonna end. I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Yeah. All right. God damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with the thievery.
And that was a good card draw.
Oh man,
It's the 4th thievery.
rough.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting actually.
Damn it. All right.
Admittedly, nothing crazy value.
Nothing
though.
crazy,
You
but-
want to show the people?
Yeah,
Show
we've
the
got
people what we got.
shifting allegiances, elf, and change of fate.
Take the. I mean, the elf. How can you look at that art?
I actually am thinking about taking the elf.
Yeah, because bidding can force your opponents to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's,
That's the thing. Like, I'm looking at your hand, and I'm like, if I low
honestly, the elf is the best card there.
shifting allegiances is pretty good.
It's good, but like the reason it was good for me is I emptied my
You
hand.
didn't have to spend.
So then
anything.
I didn't have to give you anything, even though I got more clan cards from
All right,
you.
I'm gonna take the elf, and I'm gonna put it up for bid right away, and I'm gonna bid 1. So this was intentional, just to walk through the strategy, because I forget that we're not just playing for fun, and I'm not trying to just fuck Dashel over. I'm trying to walk you guys through like what this game is like. So my whole strategy here was to take the elf. He knows I have it. I put it down for bid, and I put down 1 card. He doesn't know what either of my cards are. I remember from us looking at each other's hands. He has no idea what my hand is, and my hope. The position I'm trying to put him in is he has 2 cards. They're worth 4, I believe. The question is this worth more than 4? The only way.
But I also have these 2. So
But I also have this 2 and this 1.
Right.
Right. So we wash on this 2 to 2. So I'm at 1 showing plus 1 face down card. The question is, can he beat that with 4? That's the situation I'm trying to put him in right now. It's like a poker bluff, right? I'm not necessarily saying I'm bluffing, but that's the thing I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
at.
take it. Take your elf.
That was a good non-show because I negotiations.
I mean,
Except for you
my
knew what
cards.
his hand was.
I knew what his hand was.
I
yeah.
just didn't want to risk like saying that that's a change of fate, and then
Yeah.
just like getting rid of like my cards, and then I'd be absolutely bereft of cards.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible.
Okay, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw 2.
Okay.
Wow, that's an interesting 2.
All right. I get to draw 1, and it's my turn.
Yeah. I just realized we have complementary clans too. That's interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna change of fate. You gonna do anything about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna counter it.
Cool. We are going to bid on this human,
So your second human.
and I'm gonna bid nothing.
You have 2 showing. Plus 2 is 4. I have 2 showing. God damn it, that's a tough one. And then I don't know. Oh, I do know what that last card is. That's a shifting allegiances, which you could use if I won that card.
Yes.
To get. Yeah, but you could also use it even
And
if you don't. Just to force me to give you.
Well,
Cards.
yeah, but see, then you'd get 3 clan cards. I guess I would get your 2 and whatever's in your hand left
Yeah.
over. So this is just like I don't know.
So the
Shifting
thing
allegiances is great here. I love this
Yeah,
card.
so the situation that I'm in is I can't. I'm just going to say it because there's no point in bluffing it, and also we're trying to be educational. I can't counter the shifting allegiances, and I know he has one. So if I were to, so there's a couple options that come to mind. The first one is, okay, well fuck it, he's going to take my cards. I'll just bail out my hand right now, discard it, get the human. But then he shifted the allegiances, and it still works to his advantage because now he has 3 clans and I only have 2. The other option is I bid nothing, let him win the human. He's shifting allegiances. I get 3 clans, but he still gets my 2 cards. And now the question is, how valuable are my cards? Do I want him to have them? How bad does it screw me over? The other option is obviously that he's just bluffing and doesn't actually do anything. Damn it.
I mean, you could get so you could get rid of one, like your most valuable card.
True.
So I don't have it, and then I just wind up with but like either which way, I'm gonna wind up on top from this situation.
Yeah, it's pretty. The only way you don't wind up on top is if I'm trying to think. I had one in my head and now I forget it. I think the only way that you don't end up on top is if I let you take that human for nothing, because then you have a choice.
Right.
Yes, you can have my 2 cards, but now I have a clan advantage.
Right.
And the question is, how valuable are these 2 cards? If they're trash, then that actually ends up with me on top.
I'm really not worried about the bidding war because the numbers don't matter. It's just bluffs. It's just bluffs on bluffs on bluffs. And the one advantage from the clan, and I'm not worried you getting 4 humans really. So I mean,
Yeah.
you can prove me wrong.
But it is a 1 bid advantage forever, right? And we're both low on cards, so it's not like our bids are going to be crazy.
I think bids are just bluffs on bluffs at this point. I don't think there's any numerical
I feel like
advantage.
Sam's introducing a new element to this game, which is attempting to play mind games to convince your opponent to take a certain action.
All right, I think I have to play bid / win the bid with negotiations, just because I can't let Dashel have it.
Oh yeah, that would have been juicy.
So then I take this, and then you can. Damn it. Do I want to let him have this card? I guess it doesn't matter.
I mean, I get to play a card now. You don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm in the shifting allegiances.
Yeah. All right. Take it and my card. Yeah, that sucks. That actually wasn't the right play. I think I should have let you win it.
Or you could have also bid that. So
I should have also bid that. That's what I was thinking about when I paused at the end there. I was like, I should have also.
No, but either way, I would have wound up with
more clans.
I would have shifted in allegiances, and so worst case scenario is I have an elf and an orc, and he's got 2 humans and a dwarf.
Right.
But then I would have had a negotiations in my hand.
Right.
And get an easy win.
But what he's saying is, if I was going to do this, I should have discarded that card too, because now you get it for free.
I mean, I have a change of fate, but like
Which
I guess
isn't
that
much.
means-
I think that's why I didn't think about it. Is I
No,
was like, eh.
I actually think that's the best play.
No, I think discarding the shifting. I think discarding
Then
that
I would
card.
have had
would've been-
negotiations.
No. Bidding them both. Getting rid of
Yeah.
both of them, because then you don't get the card.
Yeah, then I honestly might not have shifting allegiances.
Yeah. So that was the screw up there. I should have discarded both cards in the bid, but I didn't because I'm stupid. So here we are.
Okay. Power of shifting allegiances. If I just dumping my hand, so I didn't have to give him anything.
Who started?
It was his turn.
No, he started. You mean the game?
No, I mean, whose turn was it just now?
It was
Mine.
a bid.
Okay, so you're going to.
Yeah.
Got it. So
And
that
now,
puts-
see,
that
I
puts
only
Dash
have
in-
one card.
That
right?
puts Dash in a
Yes.
pretty good position.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Also why I did it. I knew I was going to draw 2, giving me a hand advantage.
All right.
This game's been going.
Unfortunately for you, I drew a shifting allegiances, and hopefully you don't have a piece or shifting allegiances.
I'm not.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my play. Classic.
swinging
classic
back.
And now I
Dashel.
get all 3 of your cards too, homie. Oh no, 2.
No,
I
you
get
get
2.
2.
All right.
Woo! Oh, this
You
is
want
a
to
real
shuffle them
bummer.
up at all? You
I
want
was
me to
real lucky. You got real lucky there. You got real lucky there. Drawing back.
That was the top deck.
Top
that
deck. Top deck memes. Never
Oh,
lucky.
fuck, dude.
Top deck.
Oh
never lucky.
no, dude. You're about to lose.
Top deck.
Conquest Dwarf. Can you counter it with that last card? Nope.
Oh,
you can have
and
that
he had
other win.
such a good hand too because he had
Oh,
Arkon
yes.
inside.
Well, you won from the top deck. How about
Hey,
that?
I won, baby. I don't give a shit.
See, no strategy involved. You can be a real rookie and still win. Just with luck, pure luck. It's all you need.
Oh, there it goes. And now the king is dethroned. Yeah.
All
Oh, my
right.
100% win rate. Go ahead.
All right. So anyone else who's watching of you 8 people who are here with us, I think 2 of you have already won things. So theoretically, there's 6 people that could enter. Those last 2 people, if they want to, we're gonna give you 30 seconds, and then we will pick from one of the 4 that submitted for some sweet loot.
That was fun. That was
Yeah, 1v1 is really fun.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Everyone
So
is intense.
Admittedly, I think 1v1 is going to be not. Everyone's going to say salt, but not salty. It's going to be much more RNG.
The top decking.
Right, because say if we're playing 4-player, obviously they don't want you to win. They
Right.
can counter it for me.
Yeah, and you do end up. I find in multiple players, I've played 3 and 4, and then 1v1 right there.
But to be honest, that was also my bad for doing my hand dump / switch cards.
Well, that was the
strategy.
risk that you took by doing the
Because
hand.
then I didn't have any cards to counter.
Right.
Unless I had stolen them from you,
Right.
which would have been nice.
Which admittedly, I mean, I think you made all the right plays. You didn't just get top decked because it was basically a 1 in 40 chance that I drew a card that could actually bail me out of my situation.
I think
and
we,
happened to draw
I
it.
think we used most of those cards too. So it was really.
what's interesting too about 2-player, because I mean, we played every iteration of this game ad nauseum.
Yeah.
What I've found is that of the modes, 2-player I think feels like it has the most luck. And yet, when you do a really experienced like game player versus an inexperienced game player, and you play it over the course of like 10 games,
It
you
wins
see.
out, yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying you see a massive swing towards the skilled player,
Right, that's
which
what
to
I'm
me
saying.
is
Yeah,
indicative that there's like,
Yep.
you know, if it was luck based, you would see there'd be like a relatively even
Right.
distribution purely between the sides.
Well, and that's why the sets matter. That's what I was asking.
So,
It's like the idea is if we were to play 5 games, if he was the better player, which he's not, to be clear, but if he was the better player, the theory is that he would win 3 out of 5 of those before I would win 3 out of 5 of those. Luck be damned, right? It's very unlikely that happens again.
So, have you guys talked at all? Is this a new genre? I guess it would just be a card game. It's not a trading card game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a trading card game, to be clear.
Yeah.
It's not a trading card game. It is just a strategy card game.
No booster packs. No
Thank
clicking
God.
that button and
Yeah, I mean-
3 grays and a blue.
Yeah, I think that's like a big thing in the development too, is to make it accessible. The whole idea is something that is, you know, relatively low price point. People can bring it anywhere. People can play this, and they don't have to be buying tons of booster packs or different add-ons to
Yeah.
be able to essentially enjoy it. So,
Yeah, I think the idea, I love that idea. It's one of the things I liked so much about this game and why I'm so eager to help Casey with it is because as a more casual fan of these kinds of games, I do like them, but I just don't play them very often. The idea that like to get involved, like if this was to be a trading card game, like the idea that sabotage would be rare and I'd have to like rip open 12 booster packs to find a sabotage, it's like it like I would not play this game.
Oh, a shiny arcane inside. I guess that's nice.
Yeah,
And it's-
exactly.
And that market in general is super hard. I read an interesting thing that basically said that after Magic, Wizards has attempted to launch a number of different collectible trading card games, and of like 13 that they've attempted to put out, they've had like I think like 3 of them have gotten any traction at all, and
Yeah.
obviously Magic being the largest. So it's kind of a challenging market, I think, regardless.
It's a bit like Blizzard trying to put out another MMO. It's like the market is already so dominant.
Yeah, it's so fucked
You
up.
can play this and Magic the Gathering. You can have this and also play Magic. You're
Well,
not
and
going to be
another thing
overloaded.
that I also think that this game really emphasizes, and I know we've talked about it a lot, so at the risk of boring everyone, it really emphasizes the skill more than anything else, because all the cards are accessible by every player. Like me and Dash were talking about when we were getting coffee during the break. If you were to release like an expansion, right, which I can imagine you could do, as we were talking about earlier, it benefits everyone who's playing, not just the person who bought the cards, which is a unique concept to this kind of game. Like the idea, like so I frequent comic book stores in town, and when a new Magic set comes out, they're all there and they all buy like hundreds of boosters because they're just trying to get an immediate advantage over everyone they play with, which is like that's great, and I get the collector thing, that's cool, but the idea that if let's say I backed the game, so I'm gonna get a deck, and me and Dash I'm sure will play. If I get the expansion, then Dash also got the expansion by extension, because when we play together, he'll have the cards too.
Yeah.
I think is a really nice. It makes the game a lot more fair and leads to skill mattering more, which I think is what matters. So
Yeah, and I like the combining element too. You know, like a game. So Dominion, you have like a whole stack of bunch of cards. I don't know if you guys have ever played Dominion, but you have a whole stack of cards, and it's a deck building game, unlike Arkon, but it has the same concept that you can say, I really like having a more like economy mode type of game, and so you could play with those 6 specific stacks of cards that you're buying from and building your deck. Similarly, with expansions of Arkon, I think we could do something similar.
Yeah.
Where you have, you know, different types of game modes. Some that are super aggressive,
Yeah.
and some that have much more developmental. And a lot of the things that are on in Arkon 2, like clans, you could have activatable abilities, for instance. Where when you play, like right now we have symbols, and like there's orc cards, for instance, but that's only from a flavor perspective. Down the line, you could have, if you have this orc in play, you play this, it has a certain activatable ability. There's a lot of, I think, scalability from that core model.
yeah, I did notice that. Is that what those symbols are in the bottom corner?
Yep, and so,
Just so you guys can see this, there are these little symbols in this bottom corner here. Can you see that, Vince?
Flip it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That corner?
Yeah.
Sound good? Yeah. I noticed that, actually. I was going to ask you about it. I'm glad you brought it up, because I have no idea what those mean, but they are different on different kinds of cards. So,
Yeah,
so
so-
that's like a future-proofing thing.
yeah,
Like,
so
you threw that on there.
basically we wanted the game to be able to scale. So you'll see that on the one side of it, you have the insignia of what type they are. On the other side, that could be like a type of like set insignia for the card. And so that just allows us to, as we expand the game, we actually even tested that a little bit during development phases, but we wanted to keep the core version as tight as possible, as thoroughly tested as possible, and kind of launch it up from there if we had traction. So
Yeah.
that was the idea. Vince, let's give away that thing.
Yeah,
We had
let's
4
get into
people.
it. All right.
25% chance to win.
Are you winning the lid?
Hold on, let me enter real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, guys. And it is Gita loves giraffes.
All right, she
You know
has a
what's
custom lid.
You love giraffes and you love lids.
All right,
So again?
perfect.
Giraffes.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been rolling for a while.
I'm good for 1 or 2 more. I mean, I got nothing better to do.
Yeah, so
And we still got some shit to give away, right?
yeah,
So,
we still have some things to give away. So, what mode do you guys want to go players wise?
I'm fine. I just want to play. I don't give a shit what mode we play. I just want to play.
Yeah. Let's do. Does anyone who's watching have a preference? Do you guys want to see 2-player, 3-player, 4-player? Anyone out there curious to watch one of the modes?
Why don't we, just an idea. We've seen a lot of me and Sam playing. You guys want 1v1?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's do that.
We'll just do
I'll
one
run the chat.
1v1, and then we'll maybe have 1 4-player to wrap it up, and then we'll call that a run.
Cool. Sounds good.
So we'll have 2 more matches. Everyone who's watching, we'll do 1 2-player, 1 4-player. We have 2 more things to give away: 1 custom lid and a copy of the game. And so those will be both given away.
Casey, you want to switch seats with me?
Sure.
Just so I can run the chat for you?
Yeah.
Worry about it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Dash, do you want to give this one?
Anybody else want coffee?
I could use a warm up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dash.
All right.
They want to see 2. Wait, they just said they want to. Somebody said they want to see 3-player.
Hey, we got 3. I'm getting coffee.
So
Wait, we got 1 for 2 and 1 for 3.
I'm down to play.
You want to play? Yeah, yeah. I'll run the show. You can play. There you go.
the man behind the camera is emerging.
Perfect. What'd you say, Dash?
Do a 2-player and a 3-player.
We can do that too. Either way.
Oh, this is scary. I guess I should sit.
Sit,
All right.
sit in that one, yeah.
A new entrant has entered the arena.
Hi, everyone.
Wait. Somebody said that would be a 6 stretch goal. What are you referring to? Oh, wait. What do you guys think about adding sleeves with the back? Oh, with the Arkon card back as a stretch goal.
Yeah, that would be super cool. We did look at sleeves. I think that for a stretch goal, the cost would just be too high. So like most custom sleeves, you're talking about, it could potentially be like an add-on. But in terms of a stretch goal, it's usually going to be about like $7 to $8 per thing. So it's not really as well suited for that. But yeah, those would be super cool to make sleeves.
What about
for
play
those as
mats?
We've also looked at playmats, same kind of thing. It makes shipping a lot more complicated. So if you throw in playmats, if you get high enough volume, you can get the cost of playmats down pretty low, but they're kind of like awkwardly shaped to put into packages. And so another thing that both sleeves and playmats, we looked at both of those, potentially things that could be add-ons down the line, but probably not the kind of thing we do stretch goals for.
Okay. Have you thought about adding? Okay, so but here's maybe this isn't even from the chat. This is just for me. Have you thought about if you hit a certain stretch goal, adding that as an option to pledge for?
Yeah,
Like upgrading pledge.
that's what an add-on. That's what an
Oh,
add-on
okay,
is.
that's what you mean.
Yeah, so
okay,
we can
so like
do-
if you're at the $20 level, you could upgrade to like the $30 level and get a playmat.
Right. You would basically, there'd be like a pledge thing where you could add items. We could do that. I think one thing that's really important for this, and as a first-time founder, is just to make sure that everything runs super smoothly in terms of shipping. And so as we add more items and add more SKUs to that, there's a level of complexity that kind of layers in. So we're trying to keep that really tight. Doesn't mean we necessarily won't. Something that we'll continue to think about as we move forward here. We also gave ourselves a nice margin in terms of shipping so we can have time to finalize all those types of things.
Cool. All right.
Cool, let's kick it off. So one way that we often do to decide who goes first, this is not officially part of the rules, but we flip the top card and we see who has the highest influence value. And then if it's tied, we keep flipping until one player has the higher amount. We're just going to go for a while, evidently. Okay, so that was Ryan. So Ryan will then start us off.
Sweet. Okay.
Seems like people like the add-on idea. Manu Carmel says, yeah, the add-on's a good idea.
We will look into this.
So I'm gonna start off with an Arcane Insight.
Okay, starting off with an Arcane Insight. Are you going to counter respond, Vince?
No, go for it.
I'm going to tactical reversal, so I'll take that card.
And then unfortunately I'm gonna have to pass my turn.
Okay.
Okay, so
Takes
we all
one.
draw at the end.
We all
right?
draw one card.
Okay. is 8, right? Play Arcane Insight.
Yep. I'm gonna tactical reversal.
That's the thing.
Getting all that card draw stacked
Let me
up.
give you your phone because that might not work.
I got it.
Huh.
But if it doesn't, let me
Alrighty.
know because I can open it from my phone.
Okay, I just go beat.
Yeah, just hold that up to the little keypad.
And I'll just pass my turn.
Okay. So again, we all draw 1. Alright, I got 7 cards in my hand. I'm gonna drop an Arcane Insight though.
I'm gonna tactical reversal that.
Okay. Ryan, did you? Okay. First chance. I'll draw 2, taking me up to 8 cards. Alright, let me try to plan all sorts of craziness. I'm gonna play Thievery on Ryan. So I get to look at his hand and take 1 card if he doesn't counter.
I'm pretty sure you play Thievery every single time.
Alright, we might be focusing on Ryan. That's just because he always beats me, so I need to figure out how to. Ooh, that is a powerhouse of a hand. Oh moly. Okay, we'll take that. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and play Arcane Insight again. Oh, hold on. Let me think about that actually. Is there take backsies here? Let me actually do this. I'm gonna put this up for bid, and I'll put this with it.
I'll pass.
Okay. How many cards do you have in your hand?
6.
Okay, crap ton. Okay.
Says the person who has like 7 as well.
Jeez. Okay. I'll put down 2.
Okey doke. Ryan, you didn't bid?
No.
Okay, so I did 10.
Okay, well, I only did 5, so.
Alright, so I got a dwarf in play.
So you get to keep them if you lose.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna then go ahead and put this up and put this down for bid, for a second bid. Yeah, that's an important note. If you lose a bid, you get your cards back.
Can you guys shift the whole thing like towards me?
Yeah.
A bit? Yeah. There you go. Beautiful. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. I'll bid 2.
I'll do 2 too.
Alright, I had a total of 6. Or, sorry, I apologize, 5.
I've got 6.
Ooh, okay. So you are going to take that.
I got
And you
5.
have 5. So Ryan's going to win the elf.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my second action phase. I'm going to use Change of Fate. Anyone counter that?
No.
Okay. I will choose to discard 1 card. Drawing 2. Then I'll choose to play Arcane Insight. Anyone do anything about that?
Nope.
Nope.
Draw 2. Pass turn. So, 2 damage. So it takes me up to 8 cards.
Alright. I am going to play a Thievery on Casey.
Entire stack. 8 cards, and I have nothing to stop Thievery. But I suppose I deserve that.
Oh, nice.
So I can hold it. Hey, this one's actually yours though.
Thank you.
Then I'll play a Conquest on your dwarf.
What does this do again?
He steals it. This has to give me a card, though.
Hey Casey, we got a question about stretch goals. Could you maybe do a token for the current player? So like a poker chip, like a dealer chip in poker?
Yeah, again, I think that we're trying to be, as much as possible, one of the reasons that we were trying to use cards as additional stretch goals is so we could keep it contained inside of one box without having to print any different components and not have like replacement components or anything else incorporated in. So that doesn't mean necessarily we couldn't, but that's kind of our thought process. Again, simplification, get the game in people's hands as quickly as possible and as streamlined as possible. So not a hard no, but that's the current thought process on that.
Do you do anything with this conquest?
I can't, no. So take that. I'm going to take a card from your hand. Not what I wanted to see.
And I'll put a human up for bid.
Who man?
A human. With 1 extra.
Bid 3.
You got 7.
6.
Son. I think
3, 4,
6.
6. So Ryan takes it.
So I'm gonna sabotage
Oh.
and grab it from you.
If he doesn't pay 3.
I'll take
Yes,
3.
it's 3.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Son. So shifting a lot allegiances, I'll just tell you guys that I already have it. Can I play it even though I have none?
Yep, Yep.
Switch.
you can. Just remember that you're going to lose 3 cards out of your hand when you do it.
Right. So that's the trade-off.
That's the trade-off. You're losing cards equal to the number you take.
Okay.
So you just have to plan around that.
Okay. I haven't drawn yet. Did you draw?
I cannot draw.
Right.
So I have 8 cards. I cannot draw. That's I think
Okay.
actually maybe the first time it's happened. But if you already have max cards, you cannot draw more.
Arcane Insight.
Got nothing on it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So 1, 2. And I will put an elf up for bid. With
Vince, make sure you speak up.
Yeah.
Real quiet.
God, there's like so much juggling that I have to do. I'm just like, fuck. And I'll put 2 down.
Okay. You're putting up an elf, right?
Yeah.
I'll put down 3.
1.
6.
I had 6.
5.
So I had 6. I'm
Yep.
first in the order, so I win.
Okay. And these go back to me
Those go back to
Yeah.
you. Yep.
still. And
And that feels like kind of a heavy price to pay. That was,
Now you got an elf.
I do have an elf.
Now you're a quarter of the way to victory.
and then second action phase. Gonna play Change of Fate.
All right. I don't counter.
Nope.
So I'll take out.
So he basically gets to discard cards and then up to 2.
Yeah.
And then draw that many plus 1. So he's going to discard 2 cards.
So
He's going to draw 3.
draw 3. Okay.
He discards a Thievery. That's actually the first time we've ever seen anyone do that in the history of the game.
And that'll be the end of my turn. So draw 1 more.
Yeah. Did you put a client up for bid?
I
You
did.
did, right? So you draw 2.
Even if I don't win it.
Even if you don't win it.
Okay.
That's an important rule because that's one way. If you're behind, you can put clans up even knowing you won't win as a way to stabilize and get more cards to flow into your hand.
So okay, so I'm at like 9 cards. If
Oh, you can't have 9 cards. So
Well,
if
if you
then
draw
you would
up
draw
to-
only 1.
you draw only 1, okay.
Yeah. So anytime, so it's not one of those like draw that many, filter out or anything. The dynamic is essentially any effect that would cause you to draw above that
Yeah.
negated at the point there.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you just draw 1.
Cool.
So I am going to put a human up for bid, and I'm gonna bid that.
No bid for me.
I'll put 2 down.
All right. So I bid 6.
I bid 9.
You got it.
Sweet. And then these go down in there.
Yep. I will put a dwarf up for bid. Bid that.
No bid for me.
No bid for me.
Okay. Play desolate. One dwarf.
I'm going to sabotage and take that.
I'll play shifting to negate it. He had both sabotages. That was mean. And then I don't want to. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna pass my turn. I'll take my 2.
Okay, I'll play Arcane Insight. 91.
I don't know anything about it. I don't like that he's only one clan away though. That's scary.
I'll change a fate.
Do anything about that?
That's an action, right?
Yeah. So you have the only ways you can stop it are either to play a change of fate as well or to play peace.
Play a piece.
Yeah, I think that's a good move because he's near in on victory. We'll shuffle that. Yeah. One moment here. You know, why don't we ask? I don't know how many people are still in the channel. We should ask how many people are in the channel that have not won something yet.
How many people are in the channel that haven't won something yet? That's the question. Who did we give away to? Do we remember the names?
There's a list.
Yeah, we got
Doomsday, Stings, and
Gita loves giraffes.
Gita loves giraffes. So there's at least one. There's two. I'll keep looking. I'll let you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna put an orc up for bid.
Sun.
With one.
I think there's only two that are logged in that I can see.
Okay, okay.
And sorry, quick question. Actions and counters, can they just be played whenever?
Actions, you can only play actions on your turn.
Okay.
As an action. You can
Right.
use them for bid during anyone's bid phase, but as playing as an action, you can only play it on your turn.
Okay.
I'm going to just friggin' go down for 3. Because Ryan looks like he's close to winning. Oh, but he bluffed me. He bluffed me so hard. Alright, what did you bid?
11.
Yeah, and I bid too much. I bid too much. 14. Okay, I won the orc.
Good job, Casey.
I mean, he was gonna win. I had to assume it was a negotiation. I mean, I feel like that was a somewhat rational play.
You have to be willing to throw it all away like I am on a regular basis. That's a
and
terrible
then-
strategy to the fight.
I'm gonna put another orc up for bid. With 3.
Oh,
I knew it. He had all the orcs.
and I got nothing. So this is
Oh,
all you.
How's that play
Son.
looking now, Casey?
Son.
Well, we know at least that he has a negotiation, so it's
Yeah.
not all lost. He has. If Ryan doesn't have a negotiations, there's a chance. And the sabotages are in the stack.
Dude, that was like the.
This
the
is
one
such a
we played
bummer.
earlier.
I have to like get rid of.
The
I have to
last
liquidate.
player we played, my hand at one point was 3 3, 2 negotiations. And
Shit, and he has.
and a sabotage. I was able to plan, so I couldn't actually do a whole lot of my turn. Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly like keeping my hand a little low.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just go all in with that.
Alright, flip.
Yeah.
Alright, so I had 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 11, 13.
So.
I think you got it. It's,
Yeah, 6, 9.
Sabotage.
17.
Yep, you got it.
you got it. So
Hey.
you pay those, and you get the orc.
And now I have nothing.
But you don't lose the
And
game.
you got
though, right?
Orc.
Yeah.
That's-
But we haven't lost. The game is still in the balance.
And then I'll conquest.
The orc?
I'm trying to decide which orc.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, either way, we're gonna. I mean, if
All
someone
right,
has a
yeah,
counter,
that's
they're gonna
true.
counter. You're gonna
Yeah.
win the game.
So Casey, I'll conquest Casey's orc.
Do you do anything about
Oh, counter.
that? I have a piece.
Oh.
Oh! The game
And it continues to trickle on.
Jesus Christ, man.
Uh,
You did not win for a lack of trying. I'll give you that. Jesus.
I'm still trying. I'll
Oh.
desolate Casey's orc.
But he can't rebid for it now at this point.
I can't.
Yeah.
Do you do anything with that?
Wait, so he's trying to counterbid?
He's basically going to bring this into his hand. He has to still bid it out and win it, which he can't do this turn. But if it resolves, he'll get it in his hand.
Wait, with Desolate or?
With Desolate,
Yeah.
yeah. So Conquest takes it on board, Desolate
Right,
takes
yeah,
it in hand.
okay. No, I don't have a
Alright,
count for
that's
that.
fine.
Okay.
Alright,
And that's on my turn.
okay.
I'm gonna
One
use-
foot more level.
You attempted the Dashel Wombo combo.
Only I can wombo.
Get that tattooed Wombo. Wombo on one hand, combo on the other.
Okay. How many cards you got?
I got one.
One? Okay.
We burned out everything to stop Ryan.
I'm gonna thievery you.
That's a good. That's a good play.
So I look at the whole thing and then...
You take
just
one card of your choice.
How many cards do you have in your hand, Vince?
2.
Depending on what's in his hand, you know he has an orc, right?
Yeah.
So here's the real test of how good your eyesight is. Can you read the city names off of the card backs? You have to be a true champion to be able to do that.
If you know, because you know what's in his hand now, I'm just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
If you were to take his orc and then put it up for bid, knowing that you can outbid him, you postpone him making another move for a whole other round.
But the whole thing is he doesn't. That's
He
true.
doesn't need it, but he can stop him from winning again.
Yeah.
Assuming he
I
doesn't.
mean,
top
I was
that
thinking
orc.
of taking it anyway, just
You
to...
can do that as well, just to get it out of his
Because-
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You could also just never play it.
You can also just sit on it. For the rest
Yeah.
Of the game.
Well, there's one. There's one on the table though, so Ryan's presumably gonna be looking for a conquest.
Oh, true. Yeah.
All right, you doing anything?
And I can play as many actions as I want.
And as many
Yeah,
actions
okay.
as you want.
And then an arcane insight,
That's a good thing to play.
just so I can...
Again, 2 cards. I mean, there's a lot of cards that are good in different scenarios, but I feel like Thievery and Arcane Insight, there's never a case where those 2 cards aren't good. Right? Like, you always want more cards in every situation unless you have max hand size. And you always want to steal a card from opponents unless you've seen what they have in their hand and it's like something you totally don't want.
Thievery. When I used it once on Dash, it didn't turn out being that valuable because I knew what one of his cards was. He had like 3. I saw the other 2, but they weren't that good, and I actually didn't really want any of them. And it would have. That was a situation where if I would have held onto it and he's shifting allegiance me, I could have taken a card back, things like that. So I have run into situations where it's not always good, but like literally every other time I've used it, it's been good. So
Yeah. That's fair. Vince, what are you up to? Decisions?
I'm trying to think about how this play could work.
Have you gone into bid mode yet?
No.
Oh, you're still in first action phase.
First action phase. I wouldn't even be able to pull that off. Okay. I guess I'll just pass for this turn, actually.
That's fair. So you put a clan up for bid though, right?
No.
Or no? Okay,
No.
so then just 1 card each. Okay, I am going to play a Desolate, and I'm going to target Ryan's human.
Fine.
Put this in my hand.
Okay.
I am then going to play a Desolate, and I'm going to target your orc.
Okay.
You keep your game going.
Then I'm going to put the orc up for bid. Oh gosh, that was actually a really horrible play. I don't know why I did that. I regret everything immediately. Alright, I'm just going to put it up for nothing.
other than the 4 you're showing.
Other than the form show. And that's also, that's like a fringe case, but there's always, you have to, like you can't reject a win. Like whoever has the most automatically takes it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like if you by default have 4, you have to win if you had the most. I don't know if there's ever a case where you wouldn't want to win, but.
I don't think there is. Not that I can think of.
Down 2.
Well, actually, there is. Like, if you might not want to win if it's shifting allegiance. They're about shifting allegiance, so you know that's
true.
going to pass.
You know they have shifting allegiance.
So you won with
5.
Yes, 5.
I have 4. Yeah, you win.
Okay, I'm past my turn.
You don't discard those, Vince.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Me too. Yeah, that makes the game.
I keep
That's hard
forgetting.
mode right there. You
That's
lose
hard
your
mode.
bids.
No matter what, you lose the bids.
Bidding just ceases at that point.
Okay, I'm gonna play an Arcane Insight. Anyone
Oh, I wish I could.
have
but I can't.
actions?
Card advantage is not what I want to give to people.
Another Arcane Insight.
You know, Casey, phones have silent mode
I.
for when you're streaming.
That is
Throwing
true.
it out there. That is an option on cell phones nowadays.
My bad.
I'll play a Desolate on your elf.
Mine.
Yep.
I can't do anything about it. Vince.
I can't do anything about it.
Interesting that you chose the elf.
Hey Vince, shift your clan card in a little bit. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Did you mean to target the human?
I did. Well, for whatever reason, I thought I still needed an elf. But yeah, so that was.
There's a human on the table. He needs a human to win, but he takes my elf.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
I thought you had like a master plan, like.
This game, you
Right.
assume people have master plans, so sometimes they're just trolling you.
troll myself.
Trolling himself in this case.
Troll clan.
Okay.
That actually could be a future race. Trolls.
Well, in that case, I'll just play the human that I had in my hand.
Oh, jeez.
Just awful. That's the joke.
Actually,
Poor elves.
yeah, I'll do that.
All right, Vin's hand.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
okay.
bid
All
5.
in. You're all in.
No, there's no.
Jeez,
That's all you did. I got nothing. I'm not even.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna bid because there's no way. It's impossible for me to win that.
So 1.
So is this for the win?
Yeah,
This is for the win.
But Vince has Negosh. So what does the stack up to?
Negosh, dude.
But not much.
I've only
not
got
much.
8, 10, 13.
9.
But then I've got
I have
sabotage.
13.
I can play that, right?
Yeah, you lose. You play sabotage. Do you have 3?
What do you mean 3?
What do you bid?
I have 13.
You bid this, right?
Yeah.
So you win,
And I have to pay.
but he
3.
sabotages you, meaning that you have to pay 3. Do you have 3 to pay?
3 influence like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
The game keeps going. Ryan's almost gotten there
I got
4
2
times.
Mans.
Ryan, if you don't win this game, I feel terrible.
He keeps getting thwarted right on the edge.
Let's see. Then I'll Thievery Casey.
What are you thinking? Frame.
Wait, did I ever? I don't think I. Yeah, I didn't discard that. I'll play a Change of Fate.
Can you counter that?
No.
Okay. He's milling for that conquest. He's
Yeah.
milling
He
for that
wants it so
conquest
bad.
so hard. He gets 3 cards too. Just watch the face. And he gives and he tells.
Conquest.
he got it.
The last
He got
one
it.
too.
All right.
Good game. Hey, we fought back.
I put on
Part of it.
about 10 winning efforts and finally won.
No, the one. In case, come here real quick.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I think we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for one more playthrough at least, so bear with us. 1 sec.
You want to mute it?
Yeah, I'm going to mute it.
Okay.
remaining prizes.
Is the mic still muted or?
No, we're back on. So
Okay,
here's the deal, guys. We're gonna do another playthrough, and we're gonna do some giveaways. So 2 things. 1, to enter the giveaway, type !Arkon in the chat. I'll put it in there for you. Do that. That's all they have. Do you have to do anything over here
Well, what do you mean?
to do a giveaway? I don't know how to do this.
Are you including? Are you resetting everyone's eligibility?
No. People who've already won can't win again.
Okay. So yeah, they just have to.
Just !Arkon.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So !Arkon in the chat if you want to get entered for the giveaway. And I think there's only a couple of you guys who haven't won yet, so I'm pretty sure you're going to win something, which is great. And then we're going to do another playthrough. What do you guys want to see? 2, 3, 4? What do you guys want? Let us know, and we'll get that set up. I think Casey ran to the bathroom real quick, so you shuffling over there?
Yeah, I kind of want to play again.
I know, I do too. I want to play. It's fun. But if they want to see a 1v1, we can do that too. I don't really care. All right. Ugh.
This game's fun.
It is fun. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. And I'm not just saying that because we're on stream.
Yeah, right. You ever play Monopoly Deal?
Mm-hmm.
Well then, never mind. There goes that talking point. But I mean, Monopoly Deal is basically Monopoly, but like a card game version of it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like a pick up and play, really easy to learn. And this is kind of like the same,
Yeah.
concept. Once you play it once,
Cool. Dash, any word on what they want to see next?
Vega Kuma says 2. He's the only one that's popped up.
Okay, you guys have like 30 more seconds, and then we're just gonna do 2. So
Another person said 2.
2. Okay, so it sounds like we're doing 2.
All right.
Should we let them pick who plays? Those 2 guys, let them pick who plays.
I mean, yeah, if you guys
Let's
really
do it.
want to speak up.
Do you guys have a preference on who plays based on the personalities that you've seen so far? You've got Dash was the guy who won the first 2 games. I've won 1. This is Sam. Vince is the producer. Casey is Casey. And then, I'm sorry, I forget your name.
Ryan.
Ryan. Sorry about that, Ryan. And then Ryan.
Who just won last game.
Who just won last game. And tried really hard to win last game.
We thwarted him 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Through the win.
Who do you want to see the 1v1 between? It's up to you 2 guys, because you guys are the ones who have stuck around the whole time, and we want to thank you for that. Also, we're going to do the giveaway any second now. What do you want to give away first?
Let's do the game. Let's give away a copy of the game. Now, important thing to note, the game needs to go through manufacturing. So this game will be given out at the same time that we give out all of our standard production games. So this is something that you're going to be looking for around the holidays.
Someone said Dash plays himself.
I'm coming back.
Returning champion Dash.
Dash plays himself. I love
it.
Dash plays himself. That's hilarious.
I could.
Returning champion Dash. Dash, give the people what they want, dude. I want to see.
All right.
That's so funny.
All right. So we're doing a Dash v Sam
Dash.
rematch.
I mean, we'll give him another 30 seconds or so if somebody wants to.
Another 30 seconds to choose Dash's competitor.
To choose a Dash's competitor, and we'll also do the roll for the giveaway in 30 seconds as well before we start the next game.
Yep.
And I think did only 2 people enter this one. Vince, can you check? Because if only 2 people entered it, then whoever wins,
The other one gets the other thing.
the other one gets the other thing, right? So then we can just do them both right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is cool, because that means you guys both win, so that's nice.
What else is left for? Oh, that's weird.
So of the people in the channel,
Yeah,
I think has not won, and then has this one person won?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think there's 3 people actually.
So,
But did they all enter?
I mean,
Yeah, they entered right here.
Oh, okay.
their names weren't green.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Nope.
If it's green, then they can like win something.
Okay, so there's 3 people in the running.
So re-enter the giveaway again.
We're doing it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Re-enter the giveaway. !Arkon. Sorry about that.
People wrote Beardman Revenge Match. That's Sam.
Wait, what do you think this is?
Someone else is voting for the guy in the curtain, which I presume is Vince.
The guy in the what?
The guy in the curtain.
The guy.
The guy in the curtain. The guy behind the curtain.
Sure.
There's
Beardman and curtain.
There's a lot of contention. People just can't decide.
People just can't decide.
But please re-enter the giveaway. Again.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to get in on a chance to either win a copy of the game, which will go out in our standard production, or the last prototype lid, enter in. We got 1 person in. We got 2 people in.
Okay. Then there's only one other who hasn't won yet.
Third. Okay, all three people are in.
All right, do it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so
What do you want to do first? Deck or box?
Let's do a copy of the game. This is a copy of Arkon with all included stretch goals are going to be with this. It'll be just like the standard production game.
Yeah, that's like usually 30 seconds.
There's none to roll. Why is it doing this?
We're using our Twitch randomizer. First time we tried it, it said no. So we're gonna try again.
If it doesn't work this time, we can just flip a card and like assign them all. You know what I mean? Like we can do something
yeah.
else. It's 3 people. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's weird.
Yeah, all 3 of them are entered. I see all of them
They're
entered.
entered, but they're not eligible to win.
Okay, that's
Even
fine.
though
That's
they're
fine. Give me the deck.
just
So here's what we're gonna do. What are their names?
Vega Kuma.
Give me here. We need a 1, a 2, and a 3. There's a 2, a 3, and a 1. All right. Vega Kuma is 1. Arcane Insight. Do the top down, Cam. let's get epic here. All right, and then who's next?
Flip them.
Yeah, flip them. Who's next?
Mana Carvel.
Mana Carvel is 2.
And number 3 is Normagni.
Yeah, Normagni.
Normagni.
Normagni is 3. Okay, so one more time. Vetakuma is 1. Norma Carvel.
No, is it Manu?
Manu Carvel.
Let's write this down. Let's write this down. Okay, we have Vega's 1.
Okay.
We have Manu is 2.
Tactical reversal
And we have Norm is 3.
is 3. Here we
All right,
go.
we have this written down, people.
Here we go. I'm just gonna shuffle these up. I'm gonna
This
do
is
them
someone
under the
who's
table.
gonna get a copy of the game. If you're backing already and you get another copy, just keep it. Give it to a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Should we put them like this and let them pick which card we
No,
pick?
no. Not for the gimmickry.
All right.
Now we're just getting next level.
All right, here we go. This one's for the deck.
All right,
yeah?
this is for the deck.
This is for the copy of the game.
Copy of the game.
2.
Number 2. So that's Manu.
Manu gets a copy of the game.
Awesome.
Congratulations,
Manu,
buddy.
You get a copy of the game.
Now, for the lid, you want to just do it
And then this
with
is
those
going to
two?
be for the last prototype lid.
Or do you want to do this one at the end of the next game? It's your call.
Let's do it now. Let's
Let's
do
do
it
it
now.
now.
What we're doing.
Okay, so
this is
same
between,
numbers.
Vega, Norm, 1 and 3.
Here we go. 1.
1. All right. Vega Kuma, you have won a prototype lid, my friend.
Congratulations, guys.
Awesome.
All right, let's do this 1v1.
Woo.
Did we get any more votes on bearded guy or man behind the thing?
I think we got another vote for you, actually.
For me?
Another vote
Sam
for
exclamation.
Beard Guy.
Let's do it. Exclamation point, I like it. Was it Martin?
No, Martin left.
Martin left. Oh my god.
He doesn't support you, Casey.
Yeah, Monday at work.
Oh,
Just
I did that backwards. But...
All right. So congratulations, guys, on the boxes and stuff. And here comes the second victory for Sam.
all right.
Dash can win in the group setting, but when the heat is on, when it's
Are we
1v1.
are we doing? Oh, let me go first because you won the last time, or
That's fine.
play?
No, that's fine.
I don't know if there's an advantage.
Yeah, hey guys, don't worry. We'll get Norm hooked up with something as well. He's actually a good friend of mine, so don't worry.
Don't
We know
worry.
him personally. We see him all the time. We'll make sure he's taken
Are they?
care
Oh,
of.
that's so nice of them. Are they like worried about the guy who didn't get something?
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cute.
they're homies.
Dude, I'll sign a card for you. Oh,
Yeah.
the guy who had nothing to do with the game. All right, let's do this.
Let's start.
So you're going first?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's start with an arcane intellect. Don't do anything.
Go ahead.
Oh, sweet Jesus! All right.
I don't like that.
Ooh. Okay. Let's bid for this orc here. I'm gonna do 1.
You know what we need to do? Yeah, let's go. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I'll sit
let's-
here and
let's
then we'll
go.
do that. There we go.
And so you got these, right?
All right, you're writing 1.
Yep.
Trying to do your
Son
Yeah,
of a
these are
bitch.
just
one card.
And then
So
we just
5.
need to message these people
Well,
to get the-
Yeah,
the-
actually.
It could be anything, really. It could be 0. I could be getting rid of a sabotage right now.
These 3.
You could be. I somehow doubt it.
I'm a wild man. You know.
We can do that after.
Maybe this is sabotage. Hoping you'll beat it. Then I can sabotage it, burning your cards.
I'm gonna bid 2.
All right, what you got?
I've got 5.
I got 8.
Ooh. All right.
Give me that orc.
Damn.
Second action phase. Let's play thievery, shall we?
All right, I'm gonna tactical reversal that.
Yeah. I
Um,
didn't want that to happen.
but I have a feeling I know what
Can
you're
you
gonna
push
take.
up your orc?
Oh yeah. Sorry. All right, I took your negotiations.
Yeah.
Duh.
What a shock. Okay. Oh, but I get the thievery. Yeah. I wonder what I'm going to take when I go through your hand.
Yeah, go. I'm gonna draw my 2, and we're gonna go to your turn.
All right, draw 1. Okay, let's start with a thievery. Counter or...
I wish I had a counter. What's it gonna be? I got good stuff.
Wow,
Okay.
you really
Cards,
did.
yeah.
Negotiations, change of fate, conquest. God damn. I mean, I think I have to take that. All right. Took back the negotiations, but he had another one, so that's fucked up. All right, I'm going to put an elf up for bid,
Okay.
and I'm gonna bid. I'm gonna bid 1.
I'll bid 1 as well.
Okay, I have 5. Okay,
Take the elf.
take the elf.
So I'm just gonna explain my strategy real quick. I'm getting rid of valuable cards in my hand because I'm terrified Sam's gonna take them. So I'm just getting value where I can.
I'm putting another elf up for bid,
Ooh,
and I'm
cut
gonna
a
put
girl.
one up.
So you have 2 there technically.
Yeah. So we're at a wash here, so it's really just the face down cards that matter.
Okay, putting 2 down. You got it?
Yeah.
There you go. I put down Change of Fate and Desolate.
All right. So
you got
I
my
got the elf, and now I'm gonna pass to you. Draw 2.
And I'll draw 1. Sweet Jesus. Sweet merciful Jesus. All right.
I can tell you right now, the thing that I don't like about that turn I just had is now I have 3 cards, and I'm not happy about it.
You used a lot of cards.
I used a lot of fucking cards for that.
Yep.
Wait, so how did Dash win that last one? I didn't see how that.
Oh, he didn't win it. I won it.
Oh, you did.
He won an elf. We both won an elf. Sam put down 2
during
elves.
the last
Oh, yeah. Okay.
during the last bid, you mean?
Yeah.
He played in negotiations on the first one, then I played in negotiations on the second one.
So-
which is what I didn't like about it is I really thought that I was gonna win the first one because I put down like 5 or something like that. I figured you weren't gonna go all in on it, and it didn't work out. But I also didn't want to walk out of here without a clan card because I don't want you to have a 2-0 advantage on me.
Right.
So, all right. Go
All
ahead.
right. To start things off, Arcane Insight.
Go ahead.
Draw 2. I'm gonna play a Change of Fate. You can do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna counter it.
Okay. I'm playing another Change of Fate.
God damn it.
And discard an orc, so I draw 2.
Now I have 2 cards.
We're gonna play for an elf, and I'm gonna put down 1. Sorry, trap card. You activated my elf. Putting down 1 bit.
Putting down 1, so you have 4 showing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take it. I can.
Nicely played.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay, got rid of the sabotage. I have 2 elves now.
Okay. Were you hoping that I was gonna outbid you for that?
Yeah, just to get rid of some of your stuff, and then I could have sabotaged it right back.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm done.
You're done? All right.
And also so I can get a draw.
Fair enough. Okay, let's start with a thievery.
Okay, buddy. What do you want?
Let's see here. Tactical reversal. Oh my God. This is quite the hand you got here. 2 conquest, tactical reversal. So here's the challenge on this is he's got 2 of the same 2 cards. So it's like I kind of want this conquest because I want to steal a thing, but he automatically has a counter. So that sucks. And same with Desolate.
You could take one and then take an elf, which I'm likely to be like, I don't really
Yeah,
care.
I mean, and I could also use it to force him to basically discard 2 cards because I would take this one from him and he would use this in response, which knocks 2 cards out of his hand. But and you know they're high value bid cards, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
But tactical reversal is nice for a bunch of reasons.
But tactical reversal can't really save you from losing the game.
No, but
it's a great card. But if you're going to lose because of that play, tactical reversal doesn't do a
damn thing. And the other thing is, but the thing is, you can't win on the board right now because you have elves. I have 1 elf. So even if you were to conquest my elf, it wouldn't actually help you that much.
Well, then I'd be 1 elf away from winning.
Sure, but you wouldn't win, right? Unless you top deck.
Top decking them elves.
Unless you top deck either an elf or a human.
Well, I had a dwarf. And you also.
Oh yeah, you need a dwarf for some reason. Yeah, I see 3. So okay. So unless you top deck an elf, you can't win next turn. Which is at this point I'm playing defense. That's like all I care about is not losing next turn. All right. Shit, I don't like this.
Tough.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I really don't know what I'm gonna do here. I guess I'll. Oh.
I mean, Desolate has the least downside to it.
Yeah, but
And you
No,
can
you know what?
automatically guarantee I'm not going to win if you see I have 3
Yeah.
of the clans. Then
But
it's
you
like
can counter,
at
though.
least.
I'm
Oh,
going to take
yeah.
the tactical reversal, and I'll tell you why. I actually just realized the reason I'm taking the tactical reversal is because I was actually going to take the conquest, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take the conquest and make him discard his conquest." That was my plan, but I just realized he could tactical reversal my conquest,
And get the conquest.
get the conquest
That'd
back,
be-
and have both
that'd be
conquests.
beautiful.
And sure, I'd get his clan, but next turn I'm going to lose to the conquest. So I'm going to take the tactical reversal and give you back here.
Thank you.
All right, that took a long time. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now. Ooh, Jesus.
So that was your action. Now it's your bid.
Yeah, I'm not even going to put anything up for bid. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Arcane Insight.
Let's counter it.
Okay. Let's just move my cards around just in case you.
I remembered where they were.
I'm gonna.
Magic the Gathering, like
Yeah, the
pro player,
like
like shuffle.
yeah, the shuffle.
We are going to.
It's easier with sleeves. I can't really do it without
I know, right?
sleeves.
Everyone does that.
I know.
We're just gonna conquest. You gonna do anything about Conquest?
I'm going to tactical reversal the conquest, but otherwise I'm going to let it go.
Okay. So,
And I get a card from your hand, right?
yes, you do.
Yeah, from at random. So I'm drawing basically either a conquest or a
Desolate.
desolate. I want the conquest. Judging by Dash's facial reaction.
Yeah, we missed the goal of having the camera on that.
Take this one.
Sorry, buddy.
Damn it! Damn it! All right. Oh God, this sucks. All right.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything to put up for bid.
Okay, so
so
you draw one.
Draw one.
I'm gonna draw
Ooh,
one.
sweet Jesus.
Holy God! All right. This is gonna be an interesting game. I can already tell by the makeup of our hands. All right, so my turn.
It's got 3 elves.
Jesus
Only 1 elf
Christ.
away from the win.
I know.
Elf.
Is this the first time we see a 4-clan win?
Not to
con?
mention, I've got 4 to any bid I make. That is nice.
It's a good spot.
And you still have a conquest, and you still have a desolate. So I know what 2 of his cards are.
Sam
What's
has
this last one?
only 2 card advantage though.
What is this one? What is this
I don't know
one?
what the new one
What
is.
is that fucking? Could be anything.
Let's just say bid advantage. Can we coin that term?
Could be a dank negotiation, which is +1 the normal negotiation. It's a card I just added.
Shit. So here's the thing I was worried about with the clan advantage. I'm just going to explain this because it's screwing me really hard right now. The reason I didn't want why I played aggressively early and I didn't want him to have the clan advantage is right now I have a play that I wish I could do but I can't. And I'm just going to tell you what it is, even though it gives him an advantage. So I was going to put something up for bid, skip my first action phase, put something up for bid, and then intentionally let him. And I wasn't going to bid anything to force him to discard a card if he wanted the card, and I know he does. But I can't do that now because he'll win by default because he has 4 on the goddamn board. So I would have to throw something into the bid in order to get him to throw anything
And really,
away.
you'd have to throw multiple things because unless
Right.
you have,
Well, I get 2 for the bid.
Yeah, you get
so
2 for the bid.
if I threw 1, it could be a 3.
yeah, but then all I have to do is I
Is
could
throw
bid like
anything.
barely anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to throw my hand
Unless
away.
I had an
Negotiation.
8. Yeah, negotiation.
But there's only 1 of those left.
Yeah, there's only one.
And
I
I
don't
could've
remember
drawn
that.
it.
So, and you could have it in your hand, exactly. So that is screwing me currently because that was a play that I was really excited about. And now I can't do. Okay, let's go ahead and oh god, I don't like this at all. All right, let's desolate one of those. Let's desolate the elf.
Okay.
One of the elves. You gonna let it go?
Yeah, take him.
All right. Then let's. Okay. Now let's conquest an elf. You gonna let it go?
Yeah, take him.
Okay. And then let me give these guys a little shuffle do. All right.
Welcome back, wife.
Now let's. All right. So now you only have a 1 card advantage on me. I know you have a desolate. I know you have a whatever the other one is, conquest. So if I were to put something up for bid right now, we'd be washed on the table. I'd have +2. I could throw 1 more card.
You'd have 3, I'd have 2.
I'd have 3. You'd have 2. That's correct.
Do you have that last elf? Is all I'm curious about in your hand.
Maybe. Or I can just let it go. I haven't put anything up for bid though, and I want the card. So let's go ahead and throw down a dwarf for bid, and I'm gonna bid. So I have 3 on the board. You have 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw 1 down.
Ooh, salty. Salty, salty, spicy, spicy. Take it. It's all yours.
That was a good laydown. All right, and then I'm gonna have my turn. Ooh.
Hey.
I feel like Dash has something up his sleeve.
Dash always has something in his
He's
sleeve.
making you
I literally have
stew
cards up my sleeve. Desolating the dwarf.
Desolating the dwarf. Take it.
And now we're gonna bid on it.
God damn it.
And I'm gonna put down.
So you're at 4. I'm at 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna put down this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Mystery.
Put that down. Negotiations. Okay.
Well, this game is 180 like twice.
Yeah, it switches around. See now how many cards did it have?
How many cards?
2.
It went from Sam being up 2 cards and him having 4 clans, now both of them having 2 clans and him being only down 1 card. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
oscillating
even-
quickly.
Evened out.
So
You need to put that elf up for bid, boy.
The 2-player really, if you screw up a couple of plays, you can take
Yeah,
it
it's
off.
bad.
So you have to be
It's
careful.
bad. I've made misplays in basically every game we've played so far, but the one that I made in the first game against Dash were way more, like, they hurt way worse than the ones I made in the 4-player game, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I still won. So.
pass, drawing cards. Oh, what the heck?
Shit. Alright, let's start with the thievery.
Oh, go for it. It's a weird one.
Whoa.
I mean, the choice is obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cards
yeah.
up
The
there.
choice is obvious.
I mean, is it though? Like, I actually don't
Feels
know what it
obvious
is.
to me.
You think it's obvious?
Look
You think it's...
at that beard. I don't know if either of us can resist.
Honestly, that's.
Although the orc has a beard too, but no mustache, and I don't know the mustache.
The
No
dwarf has a beard too.
Why would you take the Human again? Just because
I mean,
Human is
I mean, that's like a well-trimmed beard.
I
This
personally
beard is out of
would go for the
control.
Conquest all day.
He doesn't have a
I
mustache.
can't see it.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any beard.
Yeah, I think I am gonna take. Oh God, I don't actually like this very much. All right, so you've got a bunch of
Listen
shit
to
you
the
can throw.
game designer.
I'm gonna take the conquest.
Okay.
Who is 0 for 5?
I'm gonna conquest. Oh, here's an interesting thought. Okay, so you can't counter it. I know that. So okay, so then I might as well take the orc. All right, let's conquest the orc.
Okay.
All right, and
I
the
gotta
cards
put
were
mine
actually
in.
exactly the same, so just take one. I shouldn't have said that though. That was stupid. Now he knows what I have in my hand.
Spoilers.
That was fucking stupid. All right, now I'm gonna draw. Oh wait, I didn't even put anything up for bid though, so I'm gonna get draw 1. Fuck.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, now Dash is looking at having 6 cards versus
Yeah.
you, what, 1 or
It's
2?
not good. 2. And he knows what one of them is because I'm stupid.
Yeah, Dash definitely has the card advantage.
I mean, does he though? With clans? Like,
What's up?
I mean, with clans, you can only bid them. They don't really have any other.
Yeah, I mean,
Like he can't counter anything unless he like just drew 1.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, it really depends on what the 2 cards Sam has at this
Yeah.
point. Like, if Sam is packing like a sabotage or a piece, then he's
Yeah.
feeling happy.
The other thing that's interesting too, I've noticed about this game is it escalates really quickly. Like we went from having not a whole lot of like he had a couple elves and it was kind of useless, and now all of a sudden like I'm 1 card away from winning and Dash has a shitload of cards in his hand. Like it gets dramatic quick.
And that's the thing too. Like someone had noted that like it's like I forget what the exact comment was, but I think sometimes it can look like someone's kind of rolled into the win. But remember that just 2 turns back, he had 4 clans and you had 1,
Yeah,
and now it's reversed. So it can go back and forth.
yeah. But he has 6 cards in his hand.
Someone threw down some salt emoticons.
Great.
You'll see some salt when I beat Dash again. Don't worry. Stay tuned for that.
We're gonna bid on this elf,
Oh fuck that! I knew that elf was gonna show up again.
and I'm not gonna bid anything. So that means I have 3. But so you have to put it down a card if you want to win it.
If I want to win it.
Because
otherwise
I
you
win it by default.
Oh, that's brutal. I'm gonna let you take it.
Okay, so that means I have this.
Yep. I'm gonna let you take it.
And now we're also going to bid on a dwarf.
Okay. What are you gonna put down?
Whole load of nothing, bud.
Shit. Wow, that's fucked up. Because you can tie, man. You can totally. Yeah, I have to let you take it. Take it.
Hey,
That sucks.
you want to know what we're going to do now?
What are we gonna do now?
We're going to bid on this orc.
Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
such a big play.
So what are you going to do?
He's got
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
pressured hard.
What are you going to do?
So you either
Take
use
it.
a card or
Take it.
he just adds to his bid
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah.
He literally just got clans by playing them.
Yeah.
2 of them. 3 of them.
Whatever
No,
Sam
2.
has for his last, we don't know what Sam's last 2 cards are, but whatever he
so much
has, he
capital
doesn't
right
really play
now.
it.
I mean, you asked what can you do with a handful of plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is, I know one of them is peace.
He knows, yeah, because I was stupid and said out loud what I had.
So when we bid on this human for the win, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points total, and I'm going to lay these 2 down.
Yeah. And I can't, there's nothing I can do. So I should have bid earlier. I forgot you had the human.
I don't know if you knew I had the human. You,
Oh,
you
no,
see
I
it?
did. Remember, you were like, the
Yeah,
beard,
yeah.
remember?
Oh, yeah, the beard,
comment?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have enough to outbid you, I don't think. All I have is a conquest, which is 3, so that would be 6. Yeah, you beat me.
And yeah,
So you basically what ended up is you had to get in on that earlier.
I should have gotten in on it earlier. I forgot he had the human. I didn't see that he was he was building up bids for the human play, and I didn't catch on to that.
yeah, either way, like I felt like
I should have been on the first elf. I
Well,
could have
still-
beaten you
but,
on the first
but
elf.
like even if you did that, I'd still that's a card down from your hand.
Right.
And then I was confident enough I'd have enough here with the added bonus there and the shifting allegiance.
So really what I should have done is not been on the elf but the dwarf.
Yeah,
I mean,
no-
either way, you would have been kind of.
Whoa, wait, hold on though. But
Risky.
which one you bid? You put out the
Elf
dwarf
first.
or the orc this turn.
He put out
I
put out
put
all
3.
3.
Okay.
So he put out the elf first. I should have let that go. I should have bid on the dwarf. I should have
Right.
bid my 3 on the dwarf.
If you stopped the dwarf, then you didn't have the win con in hand. You still were in a good shape.
Oh,
but you
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
have it in
yeah,
hand.
you're
Yeah,
right.
I would have
He would
lived another
walk.
turn. It would have been bad, but I would have lived another turn.
Yep.
Because I don't think you could have beat me here. Because at that point you'd only have 2 shots.
Yeah, but I'd also get like the plus from
so
whatever
you'd
I'm
have
bidding.
4, 5, 6. You'd have to throw everything at it though,
Yeah.
and then you couldn't win the
Honestly,
human.
what I should have done with the dwarf, if we were going completely retroactive, was bid the piece, because that bluffs.
Yeah, you could have bluffed with the. But
And then even if I lose the piece, it just
it
didn't
wouldn't
matter
have
if I'm
mattered
going
because
to
you
that
would have
winning
won.
play.
And to be honest with you, if you would have bluffed a piece, I probably wouldn't have thrown the conquest
Right.
because I would have thought, well, he's
Right.
got 4 showing. Even if that's a 1, you beat me. No, it would have to have been a 2 or a 3.
So when
but
we were
still.
talking about earlier, like having clan cards didn't seem very
Yeah,
valuable.
yeah,
that
yeah.
just one.
I
That just.
That was
I
fucking
see how I
crazy.
was-
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You literally just got away with 4 clans. No, 3
I
clans.
started at 1 clan and then I wound up with 5 and win.
Yeah, in 1 turn. That's crazy.
One bidding phase, yeah.
And it's I mean, that's the question of knowing when to get in. You were trying to reserve back. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have gotten the win con, well, then you had a conquest. Conquest was super valuable to you with 3.
Well, I was also worried that he was going for a win, but he was going to use a conquest to get there. I actually thought you had a conquest in your hand.
Yeah.
For some reason, I had it in my head that you had a
Oh
conquest.
yeah, you just didn't know. I didn't think you knew about this card.
I didn't know about the shifting allegiances, and I thought that was a conquest because that's what I thought you were doing. I thought you were going to go elf, human, because I did know you had a human, and then you were going to try to conquest either my dwarf or my orc for the win, and I had to hold on to it for the counter. Obviously, I was wrong. Damn, that was crazy.
That was a fun
I
game.
haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they said they don't want any signed gear from me. They just want to sign gear from you.
Yeah.
Give me that golden pen. Give me one.
5-0 or
That's fucking crazy. That sucks. I just got my ass kicked.
We're 1 for 1 now.
A good comment. It was forward state advantage, like
Yeah.
through the whole way. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was really, and I think the other mistake that I made was a couple turns ago when I blew all the way through my cards down to 2. I basically took out any opportunity to stop that.
Yeah.
Because if I had like 3 or 4 cards, I probably could have stopped you midway through those.
Yeah, and the bidding is really interesting because it's like I put down the elf first, not caring which way it went.
Right, 'cause it didn't matter. Yeah.
But like if I can nickel a dime card out of your
One
hand,
card,
that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Or I win a card, that's also great.
Right.
And then it's like, yeah, it's
But the thing that's
disarming
funny
because you
is-
think who's gonna bid twice in one thing?
Yeah.
Who's gonna bid 3 times?
Yeah, I think that the thing is in 2-player, playing out 2 or 3 cards is like that's a huge commitment. I
Yeah.
think in a lot of cases it's the wrong play.
Yeah, I
Because
played
you-
out like 4 cards one turn, a
and
couple
that,
turns ago.
That brutalizes you because in
Yeah.
4-player, when you get 5 cards replenishing on each cycle, it's way easier to stabilize.
Yeah.
You'll notice that in 4-player games, a lot of times you see a lot of players stacked towards card limit. So there's a whole bunch of options you're operating. But when you're in lower player games, one play down of 3 or 4 cards and you're only replenishing 1 or 3 extra cards per cycle.
Yeah.
You're cutting down that amount. So
I think the other thing I fucked up really bad too, for obvious reasons, but also it really did screw me in the end, was giving away that I had a second piece. If you didn't know what that second card was, I could have thrown 2 cards down to bluff my way through one of those victories and win me through another round. But because you knew one of my cards was worthless, and the chances that this is a negotiations is really small.
So fun fact: don't give away your hands.
Yeah, don't.
If
I
you
mean,
don't
that's
have to-
obvious, but don't tell people what you have in your fucking hand. That was stupid. God, I don't know why I did that. That was so dumb. I was like, oh, just take it. They're the same. Fucking stupid. And then I kept reminding him because I kept going like, oh, he already knows what I have. Yeah, I do.
You got to be on guard about like literally everything in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. A lot of things that you would take for granted, like that was the thing, is I was just trying to make it more convenient so we could keep moving through the game, but it ended up screwing me pretty hard.
I
Funny.
think I would have made the same play either way.
I think you would have, and I
Because
think
the whole idea, actually, I wasn't even going for the win there. I
Yeah.
wanted you to burn your cards.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted from this. I wanted to have a slight board advantage and for you to have no cards.
The only
But
way
then
I was-
after that phase, I was going to draw 2, you were going to draw 1.
The
So
only
no matter
way-
what, I'd wind up with the next
the only
phase.
way I could have lived there was getting you out on the dwarf. I should have let you have the elf, which I did, and I should have been on the dwarf.
See, I still wouldn't have cared about that because I still would have had a massive.
You would have had an advantage, but who knows? I could have drawn a Shifting Allegiances or something like that. You had a counter to that, I suppose. But I could have drawn a Sabotage to keep you off of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there are things that could have happened. I could have top decked and beat you. Like,
top deck, baby.
Like, I did the
Doomguard, boom.
Yeah. Damn it. Damn it. So now we're tied. Dick. All right. Cool.
All
That
right.
it?
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, come
Oh,
address
back
the people.
Yeah, come address the people, Casey.
Hello, people. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, everyone, and sticking with us. I know a few of you were here for the whole, like, what do we do, 3+ hours here?
Probably,
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I'm glad to see that everyone who was around here for a long time, you all got something. We'll reach out to you and contact you to take care of all the logistics for that. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us for the walkthrough. Hopefully you got a little bit of a sense of some of the dynamics. We'll probably send this as an update out to our backers too, so that people can kind of check it out and get a sense. Yeah, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.